If someone's toxic and they don't support you, cut them off. Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci, eat your fucking heart out.
Some say HS is a marketing genius.
Nah, not really.
So are you currently broke?
I didn't get paid any pennies because HS has never paid me a fucking penny in his whole life.
What about Elle Brooke?
I've never met her and never spoken to her. And her management team are just...
Do you love Lily Phillips?
I don't love any team, really.
Who's the fakest influencer you've ever met?
Obviously Andrew Tate, obviously. Yo guys, I'm here at the most active, trustable podcast show, the Shizzio show. Literally, I've been speaking straight facts, yeah? And literally, you can trust on whatever I speak about. It's a hidden insight into what goes on into my private life and my business life. But you will trust on it and you will be surprised by everything I reveal on this. Trust on that.
Corners better learn to drift. Porsches, Beamers, Skyline.
Beavo boy, don't test me.
All these horses, someone tell me. How they gonna stop us if we got the drive? Beyond these streets, your tank reads empty. Too much power, someone tell me. How you gonna stop us if we got the drive? How you gonna stop us if we got the drive?
You wanna ride with me?
Drive.
You wanna ride with me?
Drive.
Okay, we are back. You know what? I've got to say something. I was not expecting this. Let's be honest, right? And we are filming firstly on a Saturday afternoon. We never film on Saturdays, yeah? The cameraman is not available. I'm not available. So I've got to be honest. So that's a world first. Now, this gentleman here is an absolute legend. And I've got to be honest. I've been talking to him for about 6-7 months. And the last thing I was expecting the other day was a phone call, text message saying, I'm coming. And I'm not going to lie. In the back of my mind, I thought, is he really going to turn up? Because it's quite the distance. But ladies and gentlemen, get your salutes ready. It's none other than the man himself. General G is in the motherfucking house, General.
Literally, yeah. Trust on the activeness of me telling you guys how it is, how it's gonna be, and predicting everything that happens on the internet, literally. And I only come on this podcast, yeah, because it's the most clouted podcast I've ever seen, and this guy has got bare respect from a lot of people. Do you know what I mean?
Can I say honestly, firstly, thank you so much.
No, it's my pleasure.
No,
seriously.
I genuinely mean that. We don't have the most subscribers. We don't. Do you know what I mean? We're trying to build something.
Well, you should be proud of what you've achieved because your numbers are really good for YouTube. It's very difficult to break.
It's very kind of you, and it's
I
very
appreciate
nice
that.
of you to be talking to me privately and saying that you like the show, you like the way we speak to guests, etc., etc. So that means a lot to us.
Yeah.
On a side note, when we started this a few years ago, you were definitely up there. The cameraman was definitely saying like people like General G would be an absolute goal for us. I'm not gonna lie. So,
I think I'm very picky about who I work with now. I have to be.
Yeah.
But I think coming on here at this time, at this point, is perfect. It's just my gut feeling said go and see it because it's perfect to
we
do.
love that, but just from our kind of point of view, and anyone at home, General G was on our list of people that we have to get, and the fact that you are here means that for anyone out there, you got to keep trying in life. You got to keep going. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Never give up on your dreams, because the moment you do, you've failed. Even if you keep failing, just never give up. The determination is what keeps you going.
No, facts.
And we're both at the top right now because we've sacrificed years of our life and dedication. And look where we are.
No,
do you know what I mean?
so
It's sick.
I genuinely want to say thank you. You've come from quite far. Can we say where you come from, or are we keeping it out the...
Pretty much East Anglia, Norfolk,
Okay.
like Norwich area.
But
so it's
taken
a ways
you about,
away, yeah.
What, 3-4 hours?
Yeah, but I come to London a lot. You know, I wouldn't want to move to London, but considering all the work is in London, I'm sort of like tempted.
No, but
do you know what I mean?
like, I'm not gonna lie. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, is he gonna really show up?
That's the thing.
I
Like,
don't want to be rude.
trust is my motto.
Yeah.
So if I say something,
Nah.
it will always happen. Do you know what I
Obviously,
mean?
obviously,
Yeah.
I thought I don't know, but we set up anyway. and we're here. And lo and behold, bang on time, I'm here. So honestly, thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You've been tearing up the internet like you practically own TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's Instagram and Facebook are pretty sick as well. I get millions of views on those platforms
Yep.
as well.
Yep.
But it's mainly entertainment
Right.
for my millions of fans in the Trust Army, or soldiers actually. But
Yeah.
I just love to entertain.
No, it's-
and the numbers and the likes, they reflect that. And on the street, you know, they're so gassed when they see me. They start going, oh my God, it's fucking JD. Like that means more to me than 50 billion views.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
it's love, you know,
real.
and I keep forgetting that, you know, all this love out on the street, the real respect.
And-
And I love that. You
And
know,
the
that's
love
what
is
I'm here
definitely
for.
real, because I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. When people speak to me, I say, "Oh, I'm like speaking to General G." They're like, "Shocked, what? Really, really?" No. I'm just being honest. What? Seriously? What? General? So we are gonna get there. First thing I want to address is you're wearing 2 watches. Why are you wearing 2
Well,
watches?
this has the calories and the heart rate and everything else.
Okay.
And last time I checked my heart rate today, I was on 100 beats per minute. So I'll probably have a heart attack and die, whatever.
No.
And that's a tank because I'm a general. So I take and a smartwatch to know if I'm going to die at any point.
But
so.
you could all do that in one watch. You know that, don't you? Is just a style thing? Or is just...
No, this is bling. Anyone that's anyone, a G, has to wear a tank. Fact.
Okay.
And that, I only just got charged today because I haven't worked for a while, and working does get me a bit stressed. So
Okay.
you can actually measure stress levels.
Oh,
It's
swear.
always going to be in the red whenever I measure it. Yeah, it's like red.
No, I hear that. We like to take it back to kind of how it all started, etc., etc. Off camera, I said obviously George. I called you George, and you said to me off camera, no one cares about George. They only care about
Yeah,
General.
I hate my birth name. I can't
Okay.
stand it because at the end of the day, I had to disown most of my family
Right.
because some of them just don't like General, but General makes millions of people happy.
Right.
So if they disagree with that, they're gone. I don't care who they are to me.
Right.
They're cut off. If someone's toxic and they don't support you, cut them off. Literally cut them off. It doesn't matter if they're your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, auntie, uncle. Cut them off. You don't need the toxicity and the stress in your life. You know, your own peace is what matters. Stress is a killer. And I have to live with that, you know. I'm grateful for every time I wake up.
Yeah, but some would say you only get one mum, you only get one dad, etc.
No, I'm great with my mum.
Right.
You know, obviously everyone else, whatever, do whatever the hell you want,
Right.
stay away. But my mum is amazing. She raised me alone, and she's always been there for me. She still is to this day. So bare love to the mums. Do you know what I mean?
Big
And
up,
bare
mum.
respect to them because they give birth to you and they raise you.
Facts.
And they're taken for granted a lot of the time. They're
Mm.
not given much love. So give love to your mums when you see this video and this message,
But
and
you-
treat them well.
But you did say kind of like no one cares about George. I don't.
Well, no, it's
almost
just-
like you didn't even
I'm
want to
getting my
acknowledge.
name legally changed to General G.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh,
'Cause
swear.
George is I'm General. Trust.
Really?
Yeah.
What you're gonna
I'm
change?
General. I'm not George. I'm General. Trust.
You're gonna change your name legally
Yeah.
to General G.
Yeah. You can imagine a passport office. General, you may enter the country. That'd be sick, man.
it?
And then
Don't
police.
get-
Hello, General. Yeah, my piping's too lethal, mate. Fuck off. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's great.
So that is official. You're gonna change your name.
Oh yeah, I've just got to. How do you do it? Do you pay some money and go
Probably.
through court?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
I mean they would grant it because they'd see everything. They'd be like, oh
Okay.
yeah.
So there you go.
They'd be like, can I get a photo? The judge.
changing my name to General
That'd
G.
be so funny.
All right, cool. Can we just break it down from the beginning? So are you born and raised in the Norfolk area?
I was like living on a barge actually.
Okay, where?
So in the Norfolk Broads.
Right.
So
So a barge is a boat, for those
yeah,
that don't know,
pretty
right?
much on the Norfolk Broads
Right.
until I was maybe 2 or 3, and then there was an accident and it got burnt down.
Okay. Was the accident by you, General?
Well, my piping probably set things on fire. But it's like that.
Jesus! That's talking about.
No, I've always had a python, even when I was little.
Whoa.
But and then it was Beverly Close in Norwich, and then St Benedict Street in Norwich, and then Cromer.
What's Cromer?
Cromer's the seaside town.
Oh, right. Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, and then after that, obviously, I'm not obliged to say because I don't want my stalkers to know. But yeah, it's pretty much been Norfolk for the whole of my life.
Do you have any memories on the barge, or is that not something?
Not really. I had a few photos of me in a barge, but that's about it.
But you don't remember, like...
Not really, no. I remember picnics at the UEA because my mum was a student there, so I remember having picnics.
And is Dad around, sorry, at this time?
I'm not at liberty to
Okay,
discuss
that's
that because I don't have a father or a dad.
Okay.
I just don't.
As in you've never met him?
No, I just don't. Someone,
well,
my mum,
scientifically, you would have to.
my mum may have got pregnant, but there's no one that has earned the right to be called my father or dad.
Okay.
Biologically,
then.
that person is got his comeuppance, from what I've been told recently.
Right,
so,
but
yeah,
have you ever met this gentleman?
I don't want to meet him. I'd kill
no,
him.
but I'm just saying. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I would. If he wasn't in a state he is currently, I would do it for him. So
Is
he's good riddance.
Is it a health state? He's not well then?
He's pretty much dying.
Okay, cool. But you've never met him then?
I don't want to meet him because I wouldn't be able to control what I wouldn't be able to control what I do to him.
I understand that, but as like a child, I'm saying, did you ever meet him? Do you ever?
No,
do you have any memories?
Since I was young, he stole my life savings and done a runner.
Right.
So you can imagine.
Okay.
Like how
so
I would
you've never
feel.
really interacted with him.
Not really, but at the end of the day, like someone that steals your life savings and does a runner for most of your life is absolute scum. And if you're watching this as a vegetable, I'm a general, you're a nobody. Fuck off, you cunt. So people like that are scum. You know, if you give birth to someone, look after them and raise them. Don't just fucking run away like a coward. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, but that gave me more inspiration to better myself and my mum. That's more love to my mum that she raised me alone and she became the person she is today. So it just shows someone's character. You can't let other people that have hurt you, you know, put you down or
dictate your life, kind of.
Or
thing.
not dictate your life, but essentially you have to leave stuff in the past where they belong. If someone tries to hurt you, forget about them. They're not even worth thinking about, let alone talking about.
Okay.
So you just move on with life. I dealt with it as it happened. It doesn't exist to me, really. I've never cared. The only person I've ever cared is my mum, really. It's that simple.
Be honest, does it have a psychological impact on you, though? Like,
I don't give a fuck. I seriously don't give a
because
fuck.
I'm only asking you because some people, they put it away in the back of their head.
But no, I moved on a very long time ago, like maybe 30 years ago. Right. And I'm 42, so I just didn't care. Like, I don't care. And who I am today is based on what I wanted for myself. Yeah. And my aspirations and my dreams and to make millions of people happy. Yeah. That's because of what I wanted from a very young age and the potential that I knew I always had. Yeah. You know, like in school, I was always making people laugh. And, you know, I was like, not the joker, but the comedian.
No, I'm going to get to school, definitely. Can I just talk about, so the python burns down the barge, yeah? Right. I will ask no more questions. And then you stay in Norfolk then?
Yeah. Until I was about, like, when I was like 16, I think then we moved, well, no, Bacton, and then I moved to Cromer. So I was in Bacton for a while, and then I went to Cromer.
Are you an only child?
No, I've got brothers.
Okay, older or younger? Sorry, I don't know.
I've got younger brothers, yeah.
Okay, cool. Is this the same father, or is this someone else?
No, it's like, one of them is a different father, different biological thing, and the other one is the same. But I haven't disowned one of my brothers, but I've disowned the other one.
Right, are you the oldest?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then, so just talk to me about the area then. Is it kind of a rough area? Is it?
Which area?
When you like grew up in like primary school area.
Oh well, I would say Beverly Close was very rough because the neighbours and me and my brother, they would fight me and my brother like constantly. And then there's this one time where they actually put radioactive material.
What?
On the property,
and
I saw
something.
What's going on? It was literally like nuclear waste,
right?
Because it was glowing green, And we didn't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And then the fire brigade come along and they have to remove it.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was fucked up. So they were trying to kill us because
Right.
we'd beaten them up multiple times. And I
Okay.
think, I don't know who they were, but they lived on the close.
Right.
But
So you're having a lot of fights, basically.
yeah, but at the end of the day, they tried to kill us. So you're Elle, bruv. Hold that fucking L. Because as general, you're crying right now. Keep crying.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you kind of outside doing kind of naughtiness, or is it just a case of just fighting in your area? Like, are you outside doing things that you shouldn't be doing, or are you kind of a
I was
well-behaved
just a lad, and I used to climb trees, and if I fell out of a tree and fell on the floor, I just got back up again.
So this is the
I didn't
80s,
care.
right? This is the 80s, 90s, yeah?
80s, 90s, yeah. I didn't care. I was invincible back then.
So it's like a different world then, from what I gather, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was a few times, I haven't actually said about this, but there was one time I was cycling on my bike because
Yeah.
I was just on a mad one. And this car stopped in front of me. I was cycling out of the garage. And I literally slammed on the brakes and I went head first into the car door.
Okay.
And I defeated a car door, bruv. You should have seen
The general-
how bad the car door came off. And I went on, I was like, ugh. And then I came back to life, bruv.
What, helmet or no helmet?
No helmet.
Okay.
So I dented it like a fucking Hulk would.
There you go.
Hulk smashed that fucking car door and I survived. And then multiple times throughout my life, I had crashes with cars. Like this, cars were going at
Yeah,
me.
we know about one
like
car crash.
30, 40, no, that one was stationary. I've had a car go 30, 40 miles an hour into me on a bike.
Right. Nothing.
I'm still here. Yeah, I just got lots of bruises. I didn't break anything.
Yeah.
It's the car crash that actually broke my ribs.
So
That's the
you're,
only
so
thing.
you're telling me that the general can't be harmed, basically?
Pretty much.
He's
Like
made of
car
adamantium.
crashes in a McLaren can almost kill me, but on a bike, I'm impenetrable, like a Superman
He's made of
without kryptonite. Trust.
Adamantium skeleton right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Trust in that, brother. Okay, so school, are you kind of studying then, or are you not? What school, like primary? Let's break down primary.
I went, what was it? I think the only thing I remember was Blackdown Middle School, which was so fucking jarring.
Why?
I don't know. I swear I beat up a teacher because everyone hated her.
Right.
And then the school lifted me up on their shoulders and
What?
fucking celebrated me as a hero.
What?
Yeah.
So hold on.
That
hold
was
on.
so funny.
So hold on. You beat up a teacher.
Yeah.
And
Because she was abusing everyone.
what do you
so-
mean abusing everyone?
Just
Verbally?
shouting abuse at them and
Right.
getting them detention. So she picked on my brother and I was like, all right then, bitch. And then she tried to have a go at me. I beat her up, whatever. And I was like 10, it's
Right.
whatever. I didn't literally stamp on her. I just punches in the arm, whatever. you know.
Yeah.
And then
The
the
school-
whole school, everyone lifted me up and just paraded me around and celebrated me straight after.
Did you get kicked out of school?
No.
What?
I stayed in the school.
Okay, I would have thought you get kicked
I'm a
out.
legend, yeah. Which was fucking hilarious.
Okay. Are you actually studying in that school though? Or is it not a thing?
I don't remember anything I studied. The only thing I remember when I studied was in high school when I started to do art. And then I got A-level in art
Okay.
from college. And I never pursued it because it's like, I didn't want to be a nobody. And I'll be real, if I kept going with art, I'd still be a nobody. And being a nobody is like the worst existence.
No, there's famous artists out there though.
No, Picasso, he's dead. Leonardo da Vinci died hundreds of years ago. It's very, very difficult to make an art.
Banksy. Come on.
I've got more views as a general, billions, than they ever had. So Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci, eat your fucking heart out.
Van Gogh.
Yeah,
I
Van
hope you're
Gogh,
listening.
cut
You're-
my fucking ear off because you ain't even got 1% of my views, bitch. So yeah, that's funny. I wanted to affect the world on a whole, but artists, yeah, that's a good piece of art. And what? Like they don't, that may make one or two people happy, but it won't affect billions of people, and that's always been my aim, sort of
Your
thing.
aim.
Yeah, I didn't want to be an artist. Yeah, they call me the next Jackson Pollock. That's how good I was. I
Jesus.
got a distinction in intermediate art and design, which is technically an A-level, but it's just my gut just told me, go higher, do something different. So, you know, I had to find my calling.
So primary school, you're not really doing much. Are you getting in more fights though, or not?
Yeah, I didn't let anyone talk shit to me. I always got in fights, regardless of who they were. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's just been me throughout my whole life. Obviously, as general, I've walked away because I'm setting an example for millions of lads. If I go around beating the shit out of people, then
But you wasn't
they're
a
going to
general
be.
then, was you? Or was you?
But technically, as I'm born, I've always been general. I just had to like awaken it, like the beast inside me. So now I set an example. You know, I'll be real. The best option you have, don't resort to violence because that's the reaction they want out of you. Then they're going to call the police and claim you assaulted them.
Right.
And they've got all their fucking nobody coward mates with them to back them up as witness statements. So the best thing to do is walk away from that situation. They're all cowards anyway. They're not ever going to fight you, bruv. It's not worth it. Walk away. Literally. And that's what I've done. And none of them ever had the guts to attack me because they're all cowards. So that's my advice to all the lads in the country. Don't get into physical fights because you may get reported to police for assault and you'll be in a cell. And you do not want that. It's not worth it. For scum like that, it's not worth it. Just walk away. Always walk away.
Big facts. And then just in kind of home, do you have money? Is money a thing in your household? Are you struggling? How is that?
No, I've got too many people. I'm guessing you can tell who these people are. You know, that steal my money on a regular basis, daily.
No, but I'm going to talk about then first and then we'll get to now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about growing up. Did you kind of, were times hard for you guys or is it something you didn't realise?
I never knew about money until I left home, really. So I suppose money was okay.
But you didn't
middle
realise
class.
that you were kind of, okay.
Yeah, I was middle class.
What did your mum do for work?
Professor, chef.
Oh, okay.
And because she was a chef, she always taught me how to cook. So I've always been a really good cook.
We love that.
And she's just had multiple jobs, but she's really good at what she does.
Yeah. Big up Mumsy.
Yeah, she's got a big heart. So
Come on, we
I
love
don't
that.
think I wouldn't be alive if it weren't for my mum. I definitely wouldn't be general without her. So
Yeah.
I think she's one of the big major reasons why I am who I am.
No, we love
and I've
that.
affected the world the way I have because of her. So, you know,
Big up, Mumsy.
Big love to her. But I like tell her, don't ever tell anyone you're my mum.
Why?
Because I do not want fans going up to her asking for a photo because that's my mum. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That's not even on the table. So she has told a few people, I've gone, don't fucking tell that person. Oh, but he's not. Don't fucking tell that person. Because I love my mum. I would kill for my mum. I would literally kill for my mum.
But then would you not be out with your mum in public? Do you get what I'm saying?
Sometimes, but you know, you can whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's like anyone will protect their mum until their dying breath. So, you know.
But do you kind of hesitate going out with your mum for that reason?
No, not really.
Okay,
I just
that's good.
live life as whatever, but I don't get to see her that much.
Right.
Because I'm busy and she's busy.
Right.
If I do see her, it's in a private setting. But I've gone out with her a few times.
Yeah, that's good.
It's just, you know, I don't want her. She's already famous, but she hasn't been shown on camera. That's the thing.
Why is she already famous then?
Well, I've got millions of views. That's my mum.
Oh, right.
So, but I make sure not to show on camera because I don't want people knowing what she
But
looks
if
like.
you've got her millions of views, then people will know who she is.
No, they've heard her voice.
Oh,
not
right, okay.
seen her face because
Sorry.
I've kept her face off camera.
Sure,
see
sure.
what I mean?
Sure.
So that's
Okay.
the thing. Yeah.
And then, so you go to secondary school, right? And is there like a difference in you? Are you kind of now studying or is it the same shit?
My nickname used to be Psycho.
Used to be Psycho. Okay, break that
Now it's
down.
general bitches.
Why was it Psycho?
Because I just got in so many fights. I didn't give a fuck.
Is it?
Yeah, and at the end of the day.
But why are you fighting? Just to prove yourself? Is it kind of
it's just
bullying? Is it racism?
No,
What is it?
No, I never get bullied. But essentially, it was just for the fact that I didn't take disrespect of anyone. And yeah, I was just mad back then. Because when you find your calling, you sort of like settle down with yourself, you make peace with yourself.
Yeah.
Until then, I was just bare unstable. You know, I just didn't give a fuck.
Right.
And back then, you could beat the shit out of someone. No one would care.
No cameras.
It's when you reach over the age of 18, then the police start getting involved, and then you're fucked.
Yeah.
So that's when I learned the hard way that oh yeah, you know, if I ever beat someone up, which I did over the age of 18, the police would interview me. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Do you think the police should change that law? Because there are a lot of youngsters out there with knives and doing mad shit that are under kind of 18, and they kind of know that if they're under a certain age.
Obviously, I think, no, there are certain people that do certain crimes and they still will get prosecuted, even if they're underage, as an adult, because the crime is so serious.
Yeah. But I think a lot of them know that if they're underage, they can get away with certain acts of violence.
I don't know about that.
Stealing, etc.
Because it will still go on their record, and they still will go to a juvenile facility. Right. Okay. So it's like a prison.
Yeah, I know.
And then that will affect them for the rest of their lives. So, you know, my advice would be: there's certain people you want to stay away from.
Yeah.
Stay away from these people and just listen to your family and stay in school. And even after school, you leave school, you've done all that shit, then you can decide what you want to do with your life. Because obviously school is compulsory, but school is about finding yourself. I would say school didn't help me much. It didn't help me. It felt almost like a prison. Like I had to go there. I didn't have a choice. And it just felt like it didn't help me in any way, shape or form. Because nothing I learned from school helped me to become who I am today. None of it did. Just like Andrew Tate has said about college, like these people saying, oh, you can become a rich by doing this. They've got Toyotas and Supras and he's got Bugattis because he didn't listen to them. So I would say listen to your gut, because your gut is literally never wrong. I've been listening to my gut like 70% of the time, and it's been right most of the time, always. If I don't listen to my gut, then bad shit happens, but that's not my fault. That's another person's fault by trying to whatever.
What do you think the school system could change to try and help people? Do you know what I mean? Or do you think they just can't?
I think the school is very good for teaching people about attendance, discipline, and curriculum. So it teaches you the basics of English, math, you know, cooking, art, whatever, drama. And then you can take that, but it's not going to find out who you actually are. I mean, it's very rare for someone to find out what they want to do while they're in school. Most famous people, you know, the global stars, quit school, quit college early because they already know what they're going to do. So they quit. They don't need those qualifications. That's not going to help them become a global social media star. It doesn't. Oh, you've got an A in cooking. Yeah, that doesn't help. You know, TikTok or Instagram or.
I think legally you can't leave school now until you're 18.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
they've changed that, haven't they?
Yeah, I think the degrees people get as well. Like, oh, you can get a degree in business economics. Yeah. Well, that helps, but you do not want to get a job and answer to someone, because you're not in control of your life. The person that's called your boss is in charge of you, and you don't ever want to answer to anyone, because the moment you do that, you lose your own power. And you need your own power to make yourself who you want to be.
But do you think this kind of carrot of social media is really taking up, because there's a lot of kids that they just want to do that, and they don't want to have like a safety net of like a degree.
I think the problem is with social media is, I would say to anyone, don't do it. Do not do social media ever. Don't even consider it, because number one, 99% of people will never make it, and they don't make it. Number two, this industry is absolutely vile, like really bad for health, and you've got people that will go to any lengths to get you to commit suicide, try and kill you, try and set you up. It's disgusting. Number three, it's just going to affect your personal life and personal health too much to do. Like, if I knew, I would have still done what I did, but I would say I would have been more forthcoming, more apprehensive about what was coming, because the stress is what's killing me at the moment. Yeah. You know, the chest pains are getting worse. I'm struggling to breathe a lot more. And I only know I'm on borrowed time right now. You know, I won't wake up one day, and that's fine. I'm at peace with that. I've left a legacy I'm proud of. And people will use that legacy to bet themselves. I'm calm with that. But this industry is just, it's not something that I approve at all, because there's too many people out for themselves. Do you know what I mean?
But then some may say, if you're saying don't be in this industry, then why are you now in this industry?
No, because I sacrificed 7 years of my life to make it, and to better the world, and to make millions of people happy, to give them the escape, to make others laugh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. I know for a fact there's not many people doing that. They're just doing it to get money, to, you know, what, for selfish reasons.
Right.
And that's completely different from me. If you're doing it for good reasons, then yeah, you know, and if you've got dreams, go after them. Don't ever give up. But it's not a good industry to get into. It's very, very toxic. And that's on any social media. You know, any social media, you'll always have very disturbed people trying to get at you, trying to affect you, trying to threaten to kill your family and your friends and you. It's really bad.
Yeah.
You know, I become sensitized to it. I don't give a fuck
you
what
gotta
a nobody says. Like, why would I give a fuck what that nobody says? Or, yeah, mate, be a keyboard, right? I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to do what I do.
Yeah.
Even if it kills me, I don't give a fuck. So most people cannot handle it. You know, I will give this complete nobody a model like 1 million views in a day, right? On average. She will have a mental breakdown. That's not my fault. My job is to run it up and to get those 1 million views. Now, if she has a mental breakdown and I've given her sound advice to avoid having a mental breakdown, don't read comments. Don't do this, don't do that. That's my advice. If you do any of that stuff, it's not going to help. And they ignore me and they have a mental breakdown. Now, I'm not their therapist. They can hire a therapist, but I'm not a fucking therapist. I'm not going to be like, oh, da-da-da-da-da. I will literally move on to the next model and work with someone that's professional, that understands what I'm trying to do. You know, I've had too many people recently just having mental breakdowns while I'm working with them. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I have to leave. And that puts me under stress and duress. So it's making almost my job impossible right now, because none of these models are professional enough.
Right.
You know, they're not seeing it as work. They're trying to see it as, oh, I want to be in a relationship with you. It's like, no, this is a job for me. It's not like, yeah, I like you. Yeah, we get on, we have a laugh, we're getting the views, whatever. But when the cameras are off, that's it, you know. We plan something else. We don't then try and get together or whatever. Like, I'm not about that.
But you're portraying an image online that you're in a relationship with these
No,
girls.
yeah, that's entertainment.
So it is
So
entertainment.
let's say EastEnders or Coronation Street or
Right.
Brookside or whatever.
Emmerdale.
Yeah.
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 Come on.
But that is entertainment.
Right.
Which is perfect. And everyone knows I'm entertaining them. Everyone knows it's banter. Everyone knows I'm making them laugh. You know, it's
Right.
whatever. When the cameras are off, it's a different story
Okay.
completely. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, I'll be at home, chilling, whatever, with my 3 cats. That's it.
Right.
That's what I like.
But it does look like you're with these females.
Yeah,
and
of
you're
course it would do, because it's, you know,
Right.
I'm genuine and I'm with these things, and that is in the moment. Of course I am with them.
Yeah.
But when that ends, it's a different story altogether.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't get attached with people you work with, because then it will go south really quickly and
Right.
it gets messy, and then they will then try and affect the people in my personal, private life, and that affects me personally.
Yeah.
And that you have to have a line between the two, between your business life and your private life. The two can never mix, ever.
Right.
Because the moment they do, it just makes you ill. It makes
Okay.
you unwell. And I never allow that to affect either side.
Yeah.
So I keep them separate for a reason, yeah.
Right, we've jumped the gun a bit, right? Just back to secondary school. You're fighting a lot. Are you doing other like criminal stuff, or are you just fighting in school?
Yeah, but with high school, like, everyone knows it's like a rule to defend yourself. If someone talks shit to you, you just start throwing hands.
Yeah.
That's literally it, you know. It's an unwritten spoken rule that you do that. If you don't do that, you don't get respect.
Yeah.
And regardless if people liked me or not, I had respect in
Right.
high school. People respected me. Some people feared me because I was a psycho. That was my nickname. And to this day, you can call me Psycho General. Like, that suits me quite well.
That's the psycho.
Do you know what I mean? No fingerprints, trust.
Apart from that hand, bro.
Well, I don't use it. I'm right-handed, but I don't use that hand. Do you know what I mean?
Man gives you the left hand slap.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So in school, did you have an idea of what you wanted to be, or did you just
No,
you trying to
because
figure
it was way too early
Right.
for me to like find myself and
Yeah.
realise I was still not lost, but still trying to find
Yeah.
myself. I spent most of my adult life trying to find myself. It wasn't until TikTok was created
that
it
was it.
started to like come
Okay.
into fruition. Like,
Okay, so just put a pin in that. So you're doing art, so you're a creative guy then.
yeah, I was a writer and an artist.
Right.
So I would write these 6 stories, spend like a week writing a story.
Yeah.
And then I was so good at art that the college had like painting of the week. And
Right.
mine turned into painting of the fucking month.
Right.
They wouldn't
Painting
take
of
it
the year.
down. And then, for the first time in Norwich City College history, you guys owe me a lot of money, by the way, cunts. My ink like work got stolen.
Right.
So whoever stole it, sold it for a stupid amount of money. And the college claimed like it never happened. Bitch, one of the fucking shooters stole my fucking work and sold it. So whoever you are, cry, because you're still a fucking nobody. But that pissed me off, because that probably would have got me like 20, 30k.
Yeah.
It was good. It was like ink splatters of like swans with
Right.
like sand and material. Oh, so good. So good. The college couldn't
They
believe
nicked
how
it.
good it was. Yeah, and one of the tutors nicked it, tried to claim it as their own and sold it to someone. I never knew about it, but I couldn't find the portfolio
Do you
of
like
work.
still do art in your like spare time or not?
I don't have the time.
You don't have the
like,
time?
the only way I work is I focus on one thing and that's it then. I focus on that one thing
Right.
and I don't ever go off that one focus, because if I do, I won't make it in what I'm focusing on.
And then talking about focus, I remember, I'm just going to fast forward a bit, when you were fighting Modeen, there was a lot of emphasis around special needs. People were saying you both had it, etc.
No,
is that something?
I'm not disabled. I've got nothing wrong
No,
with
but
me.
I have to ask that question because everyone was saying it's.
Yeah,
that
but
they're
they're
both
gonna
got
they're gonna
autism.
hate. They're gonna hate because some people think
Yeah.
that they deserve billions of views. Like, what have you done with your life? You have not sacrificed years of your life to deserve that. You've got to sacrifice to get. You've got to give love to get love. If you just wake up, you do not deserve shit. You can't just exist and expect the whole fucking world. You have to work every day for years. Then maybe one day you might deserve it, and if you're a good person. But the public can see straight through fake, toxic cunts. They can see straight through it. See straight through
Who are
it.
you talking about?
Anyone.
Oh, okay. I thought
The
someone-
public are not
someone
fucking mugs.
specific.
They're fucking clued up, and that's why they love me, because they can see me for who I am.
So just from your point of view, you didn't have any learning difficulties.
No. General is
Yeah. I've got to ask.
it's perfect. It's like the perfect 20-year-old version of me. But with Modeen, literally the whole fight was rigged. HS isn't a referee. The referee, official referee, wanted to ref that fight.
Yeah.
HS refused
Why?
because it was rigged.
Right.
Modeen smashed the back of my head so many times.
Yeah.
If the ref was in there, he would have been disqualified. I would have won it by default.
Right.
Now that's dangerous
Yeah.
to smash someone's back of the head. You could kill someone, make them disabled,
No,
whatever.
but you've got the
And-
iron head, didn't you? Because you've been
Well,
smashing car
essentially-
doors. You get what I'm saying?
Essentially,
Yeah.
I didn't get knocked down or knocked down.
Yeah.
I got through it. It was rigged, so whatever happened. But if it was a real ref,
Yeah.
I would have won that fight. He would have got disqualified. That's the truth.
Modeen
So-
has sat here and actually said that he gave you props and said you're a lot stronger than people think.
Yeah.
He actually said that he was going to actually quit, but you quit first. He was on the
Yeah,
verge.
I mean, to be fair, I'll tell you this. I wasn't even supposed to be in that ring because my heart rate was so bad.
Right.
They said, yeah, your heart rate's too bad. You got to wait until it's lowered. And then I was one heartbeat off not being able to get in the ring. So I
Okay.
shouldn't have even been in the ring. Hadn't eaten. I was unfit, out of shape.
Yeah.
And my heart rate was to the point where I should have been in the hospital. So I shouldn't have even been in the fucking ring. But I got in there anyway to prove a point
Yeah.
that I can take a fucking punch, even in the back of the head, and I can get the ring. I'm not going to back down
Yeah.
when it comes to it, which I proved. And, you know, we both gave it an all. I would say it was technically a draw, really, because I punched, he punched, and we couldn't, let's be real, we could not fight. It wasn't really a boxing match, it was a brawl. It was like, whatever, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So I would say props to both of us, because we both went for it,
Yeah.
but we both weren't fit enough or in shape
Yeah.
for it to be a real fight. It was just, we broke records. We made history that day, because that was the most viewed amateur fight in history with the live views. You had like 500,000 viewers watching that live.
It was mental.
It broke records, and
Yeah.
he wants to do a Misfits event with me, signed, proper license with Real Ref. My my message to him has always been, I'm not doing it again, because my health is so bad. I'm struggling to stay alive, let alone get in the ring again. And the people at the nurse said, don't do it again, because the next time you do it, you'll get concussion, you may go into a coma. So, and
Right.
I'm just not in any good shape. That's not a six pack. That's a pot belly.
That's a
bruv.
keg, mate.
Yeah.
Some people will ask, how much did you get paid for that fight? If the
I
whole
didn't get paid any pennies because HS has never paid me a fucking penny in his whole life. But he steals my money, doesn't he? So it's whatever.
So you didn't get paid anything from
No,
that?
nothing. He's never paid me a penny, HS, and
Can
he
you
owes
just
me
move to
about
the
half a
side? The
mil.
cameraman just saying, can you just move to the side?
That way.
Okay, yeah. Right, so HS has never paid you
He's not paying me a penny ever. No.
for anything.
No.
Is that not something that you want to bring up with him and say,
Well, I would say to HS, come back to the UK.
yeah,
Come back to the UK if you're a man and not a coward, and let's see where the cards may fall. But I will get my money, and when I do, and he has faced justice, my life will be a little bit better. But I deserve the money he's stolen off me. He may talk shit and whatever, mouth off, whatever, HS. Say whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. But the fact you need my clout to stay relevant, okay, mate, pay for it then. Or, like you agreed to, pay for my fucking own room. Don't make me share, because that's just disrespectful. Pay for my flights. But to be fair, he did pay for my flights. So I would just say to him, be respectful of others that help you. You know, he's quite a selfish person. He will fucking do shit on cam. Like, he'll try and help these people to make himself look good. Everyone can see straight through it, HS. They know you're just doing that to try and make yourself look good. You're not going to get love for it. You're just going to get more hate. If you're going to be genuine about stuff, just do it off camera. You don't have to do it on camera. Look, this is me being good. No, it's not, mate.
oh, is this him currently with the homeless guy? And he's
No,
helping him
well,
out and
I'll
stuff
be
like
real
that.
about Michael. Like, I rate Michael a lot.
Who's Michael, the homeless guy? Right, okay.
He I had to share a room with him for 2 days.
Who you did?
Yeah.
Right.
Even though I was supposed to have my own room.
Right.
And he was sound guy. Like, he was all sorted. He knew what he was doing, where he was going.
Yeah.
And we both had respect for each other. So I do rate Michael. And there's something that he hasn't revealed. Well, HS hasn't revealed. HS was paying Michael a wage to work for him.
Right.
And HS stopped paying him his wage. And Michael said to me, if he doesn't pay me my money into my bank account and keep paying me my wage, then I'm gone. And then a week later, he was gone.
Yeah.
So obviously HS didn't respect him enough to keep paying him money for his work.
Right.
So HS values money more over human beings.
Because I think HS was saying that I'm like trying to help you, but you've done it off your own back.
No.
You've
He
decided to be
stopped
homeless
paying
again.
Michael. He stopped paying Michael his wage. So of course Michael was going to fuck him off because that's called self-respect. Michael has a lot of self-respect and dignity,
Right.
and I respect him for that. And
Yeah.
I agreed with Michael that leave if he's not paying you the money that you deserve. Because HS was paying for all this other stuff. That's fine. But if they agreed upon other stuff and he negated on that,
Yeah.
then the deal's off. And he does the same shit with me, which I would never accept, and I'll leave straight away as well. So,
Right.
you know, he needs to understand you can't mug someone off and expect not to get mugged back. Do you know what I mean?
Some say HS is a marketing genius in the way that he runs online. What's
No,
your thoughts on
he
that?
doesn't get any views. I would say he gets views on YouTube and Instagram.
Right.
But TikTok, nah, not really. I've had a look at his TikTok. He doesn't really have a platform on TikTok. That's why he needs me to get the views on TikTok. But I'm not really interested in working with HS again because I know what he is, and the fact he can never keep to what he agrees to makes him completely untrustable. Like, all his fanboys, you can keep crying, but everyone knows what HS is like. And any of my trust army that I meet, they fucking hate him with a vengeance because they know what he is and who he is. He needs to change. Maybe prison time will change him into the person he's meant to be. But right now, he's selfish, he's irresponsible, and he's a liar. And he's a fugitive as well. So my advice to him would be shape up or fuck off, literally. But
Cool. We'll talk back at HS in a minute. Just touching on Modeen. What are your thoughts on Modeen and what he does?
I would say stop harassing me for another fight. I'm not going to fight you again. I'm not physically in shape.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into shape just for a fucking fight.
Yeah.
I don't care about money or
Yeah.
whatever. It doesn't... Whatever. I'm just struggling to stay alive. I would say good luck with your own shit, as in fighting, because he's fighting on Misfits with Wakey Wines, isn't he?
Wines. And I was going to ask you.
Well, Wakey Wines followed me recently. I added him back, so I do rate Wakey Wines.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what their beef is, but they
both
hate
of
each
them
other.
have been here, so they both come across
really?
as nice
Okay.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins that fight? Or
I
who
would
do you
say-
want to win that fight?
Well, I would say Modeen actually has like raw power. People may say he can't fight. It's whatever. He still has raw power.
Yeah.
Like anyone else in that ring would have got knocked out. It's because it was me. He couldn't knock me out. You know, I can't be knocked out. But anyone else would have got knocked out quick because he put some bombs on those fists.
Right.
So anyone that underestimates Modeen will get knocked out.
So
like straight up.
Your prediction is Modeen for the knockout?
Not really, because I don't know Wakey Wines and how powerful he is, but by the size of him, the way he carries himself, he's probably got the same power as Modeen. So
then-
it'll probably be even. Like it might, it only takes one punch to knock someone out.
If you had to pick one of them to win, who's your money on?
I'm not gambling, man.
No,
But
but
I would say it depends whoever's trained more. Because
Yeah, but you got to just tell me who you think's going to win that. Come on.
I've seen Wakey Wines train, so I would say I'd give him the edge,
Yeah.
but anything can happen in a fight. So
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty much even between them.
Yeah.
If Modeen wins, I wouldn't be surprised because he's got all power. But if Wakey Wines wins, it'll be because he's trained more.
Yeah, I hear that.
So, yeah.
Just going back, so you're in school, you haven't got a future plan, and then kind of TikTok, the app just comes out, and then
Yeah.
how
so
did you get into that?
It was what was it? It was this dancing app before, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was one that
So
I didn't like.
that was watched. No one used it, and then a Chinese company bought it and made TikTok, and then it was getting used so much.
Right.
And I heard so much of it on the street. I was like, I need to have a look at this. So I downloaded the app,
Yeah,
not realizing how much it was fucking
Yeah.
changed my life.
yeah.
And then I saw HS and Ed Mathews. And I just went, they're fucking hilarious because they were funny. Back then, they were fucking funny.
Right.
And then I would just edit clips of all my people that I enjoyed watching and just do highlights of them.
Right,
Like,
so
of
you-
lives, of whatever.
So
And
you're
then-
basically taking their content and kind of editing,
well,
cycling
their
it.
lives, they're not going to clip. They don't clip their own lives. So I would watch some lives and then screen record it and then clip, edit,
Yeah.
and then post that saying Ed Mathews drops Fridge Game,
Right.
HS drops Trans Game, whatever.
Right.
And then you're talking like 4 million views on TikTok.
What, on
with,
your-
with HS on my editor account, yeah.
Right.
That video got banned, by the way, but yeah, it's like...
So what was that feeling like when you're kind of doing that and you're
Well,
blowing
it
up?
was gradual. It wasn't
Right.
overnight. It took about, what was it, 2 years maybe.
Right. So 2 years you're doing this.
Yeah, every day, 15-hour days, even when I was ill, vomiting.
What do you mean 15 hour days of what? Editing,
TikTok,
finding the footage?
TikTok, yeah, and it wasn't just them. It was Astrid Wett, Bonnie Lockett, Elle Brooke, like
Right.
you know, quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I do that, and then spend all day editing, posting, and then I would say half of the clips I posted went viral, 100K more.
Right.
Some would get 1 million, and it was sick. And then I just kept building up from that. Now my main editor account got banned.
Why? Is it
Because
copyright or-
HS was being fucking rude.
What do you mean?
When he's saying you'd fuck 13-year-olds.
Oh my God.
Or saying,
What?
oh, you're not 13, so I'm
Whoa.
not into that. So that was funny. That got my account permanently banned. And I was
Right.
like, oh. 'cause
You're gonna get me
TikTok,
banned now?
TikTok can't take a joke. And I didn't realise that when it came to
Yeah, but
children jokes, back then, you would just get your account banned. Back then, that was bad.
Some would say that's not really a joke. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
he was joking at the time.
Right,
You could
right,
tell
right.
he was joking
Okay.
because he was baiting her
I haven't
out.
seen it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he was baiting her out.
Right.
But I didn't realise at the time when I was editing it, oh, that's really bad.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because you don't know with TikTok, but
Sure.
that was years ago, by the way, years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So then I sort of like knew HS is way too bad for TikTok. Like,
Right.
you know, if I kept on doing these clips of HS, I would
Yeah.
just lose my accounts.
Right.
So I calmed down a bit on HS and
Right.
like moved on to other creators.
Like
I mean,
who?
Ed
Like-
was a bit calmer.
Ed
and then
Mathews.
I started to blow up with Astrid
Right. Why is that then?
because she was talking about her like
Is this
her
the football
family,
stuff? Okay.
her family,
Yeah.
because she, you know, has such a history of what happened to her.
I don't
in
know,
her
actually. I need to-
past life, and I just clipped her YouTube vid, and it went so viral.
Right.
And me and her started talking, so that was cool. And then eventually, I think after HS got his tattoo sleeve, you remember when
Yeah.
that was, he then started talking to me, and then he said, if you go to the gym for a week, I'll fly you out to Dubai. Because by then I'd got him 500 million
Right.
views.
So hold on. Stop. Are you earning money at this point off like TikTok or not?
I mean, Bonnie Lockett was paying me money based on how many views I could get off clips, and I did get her a lot of views. She's the only one paying me though.
so she was paying you then a lot of money,
Yeah.
or just kind of.
She was paying me, I can't remember what the price was, but it was good money. Yeah.
Right. So she was paying you to help blow her up.
Yeah, and I was
Okay.
blowing her up. Yeah.
Okay, and then HS reaches out to you because they
Yeah.
can see your account's doing great.
Yeah.
And he says if you go gym for a week,
He'll fly me out to Dubai. So essentially, I did that, and then we were blowing up. And then when I went to Dubai,
Right,
to
so
meet
hold
him,
on. Are you actually taking it seriously, thinking he is actually going to fly you out?
No, he needs me. At
No,
that
but
point.
okay, so you're thinking he's definitely going to fly me out because some people could
I
just be
got
lying.
him. No, but I got him so many views. I was helping blow him up,
Right.
become a household name. Without me, he wasn't struggling, but he needed the views, and I was part of it. I was so integral. I had all these people calling me, messaging me all the time because they knew how dedicated and how professional I was and the best at what I was doing.
Right.
I was the best editor on TikTok a few years ago. There was no one that came close to me. And even now, there's no one that comes close to me. In the UK, anyway.
So if you didn't help HS, would he be where he is
No,
now?
he wouldn't. Definitely not. Because when I went to Dubai to meet him,
Yeah.
I knew I was going to blow up, but not to that level. Like, that level is...
Right.
That is it's just retarded. Like, you're talking like 10 million views per video,
Yeah.
500,000 likes. Like, that level
Yeah.
is ridiculous. And me and him did not expect that. I just went there to meet HS.
Right.
But when we blew up, obviously it took on a life of its own. And
But what kind
we've
of
never
content
looked
are you
back.
doing together then for it to blow up?
No, it's just me and him.
That's
Like,
it,
It
literally.
just became history, yeah. Because and then he became a household name, and I became a household name, and we both became icons because of it.
Is that a timing thing? What do you put that down to? Just
I
the way
would say a lot of people knew about my account by now because you know
Right.
they'd seen my clips, so
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, that's Supreme Kingpin," and
Right.
they're like, "That's who he is, fucking hell!" And then you know everyone else is like sharing it and
Right.
liking it. So yeah, and I had a few people off the street like, well, they didn't know who I was, but they're like, "Are you Supreme King? Are you the one that does clips?" And when I was like, "Yeah," they were just yeah,
And
it's
then
funny, but
what's that feeling like when you're walking around now and people are stopping you and kind of acknowledging what you're
I
doing?
got used to it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice. I had to get used to it.
Yeah, but is it kind of is it a lot to deal with, or
Not
are you
really.
kind of loving
You
it?
ain't
or-
got a choice. You've got to get used to it. It's part of my life now. I don't have a choice.
Yeah, but-
like you can either like imprison yourself inside at home
Or embrace it.
or actually live a life and whatever. But people forget it's the people that view the vids, the people that like, the people that love you, that make you who you are. So without them, you're not going to be who you are. And that's why a lot of these other people just don't make it, or they just do not get consistent viral views because they don't appreciate the people that put them up there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always give love. I've sacrificed literally everything. I've got nothing left to sacrifice for these guys. You know, I've done everything I possibly fucking can for them.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm proud of that.
So in Dubai with HS, doing content, going viral, super viral.
Yeah.
You're practically owning TikTok at this moment, right? What?
Still do. Yeah.
Come on, yeah, but I'm taking it back then. What was that country like for you? Is that your first time there?
That was one of my first times abroad, and
Right.
when I was in Dubai, I was pretty much amazed by how lavish it was and
Yeah.
exciting. And then obviously, you know, I finally realised my dreams after like a couple of years of like 15-hour days.
Yeah.
Because people think, oh, it was overnight. No, it's fucking years and years of hard work.
Yeah, persevering.
And you can never get that without sacrificing years of your life. No one does that overnight. That's a myth. That's a lie.
Right.
Do not believe that, because if you do, you'll mug yourself off and ruin your own life. So it doesn't exist. You have to keep at something for years just to have a chance at fulfilling your dreams.
I
yeah.
think a lot of kids feel like they can blow overnight and it's a cheat code and
It's
now
not.
they're going to be rich.
It doesn't exist.
Just move that way a bit. Sorry. Yeah. Right, go
It
on.
doesn't. It literally does not exist. It's a delusion. It's
Right.
a deluded pretense to them
Yeah.
to think that happens. It never happens.
Right.
And there's no proof of that ever happening. Beavo did it for years.
Right.
He did it for
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
You
He's
scroll
been here.
down.
He's been here, yeah.
2020 or something like that. You know, Ed Mathews, years. HS, years. Me, years.
Yeah.
Anyone that's made it has spent years at it. Never has there anyone. I mean, I suppose the only example, which is extremely rare, it's like 1 out of a million, is that Hawk 2 girl.
Okay.
But that's a one-off. That hardly ever happens. And that's in America. It's different over here. But that's extremely rare. Like, that hardly ever happens.
Clear, that girl, isn't
I
it?
know, but she's in trouble now. She's
Yeah.
about to get put in jail
What's
for
the-
fraud.
The crypto thing.
Yeah. So
yeah.
it's whatever. But if you rise that high, you'll have the worst fall. It's got to be a steady, gradual thing.
Increment, yeah.
Otherwise, you won't know how to handle it, what to do.
Yeah.
That's why
That's
I
fair
think
enough.
her downfall was just as quick as her upfall.
Fair enough. Okay, so you do the stuff with HS and then you come back here and now you're like fully famous, right? So what do you do? Is it just a case of I've got to keep this going?
I did this. I got. People don't believe me, but I got a tour, the fastest nationwide tour in music history.
What do you mean? Okay.
I got a tour, nationwide tour, quicker than any other music artist in history.
Is this your song that you made?
Yeah.
Or is this the club
But
appearances?
I literally did that, and that was a sellout tour, and yeah, it was just crazy.
So whose idea was it to make the song? HS?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But I'm still earning money from that, a lot of money.
Okay. So you make the song and then you start doing it around the country?
Everywhere, pretty much, and every single venue was packed out. I did every single meet and greet. It was literally crazy, and you know, obviously, the thing with gigs is I absolutely love them. You know, I love meeting the Trust Army. I love performing for them. It just takes so much out of me.
Right.
It takes so much out of me. So I don't do it that often anymore.
Yeah.
But when I do it, I literally have nothing left afterwards. Like I'm vomiting into a bucket afterwards.
Wow.
Because it takes that much out of me.
But then the kind of money being made now, surely there's money being made now.
Well, In a gig, I'll make more money in a gig than what most people make in a month.
Right, how
in
much-
like an hour or two.
How much is it to book the general?
I'm not gonna say.
Why? Because people would want to know. Okay,
Yeah,
ballpark.
It's
Okay.
at least a couple of K. Like
Okay.
maybe 5K.
Okay, around 5k.
About 5 to
Right.
50K.
50. Jeez, that's
No,
generous.
but I would say, you know, it's,
Yeah.
it's I'm not cheap, but at the same time, I give my money's worth, because a lot of performers on the circuit will not do meet and greets. They refuse. I'm
Right.
the only one that does every single meet and greet. So you get your money's worth if you come to my gig,
Right.
and people know that.
Yeah.
They're never disappointed. Never.
So you're touring. Are you touring with like HS then as well in the UK?
I've never toured with him because
Okay.
I've seen him perform. He doesn't even know his own words, his own lyrics. I know
But then the
all
song-
all the lyrics to all my songs.
But then the song is both of you, no? Isn't this song
I've
with
never
both?
performed with him. No.
No, okay, fair enough.
But
I'm just guessing.
he had a song
Okay.
with
So,
someone and he couldn't even perform it
Okay.
when he was at the thing.
so you're making money now. Are you making money off TikTok now as well?
That's the only well,
Off the views?
Not really, no.
Because a lot of people think you get millions of views, you can make
it
thousands.
It has to be a minute plus video.
Right.
And those, because most people will watch your video for a second, scroll.
Right,
They're not going to stay there for a minute and watch it.
right.
That's not what people do. They're like, oh, right, general, scroll. See what I mean? Like, it's very difficult to make a minute plus video go viral.
Right.
So I can make them go viral, but I don't like to do it too often because the shorter the video, sometimes the better. So
So
you can't do it all the time.
So how does General make his money then?
I don't.
You don't make money.
Not really.
Come
no.
on, mate.
I don't. I'm the most
You're the
clouded
general, bro.
person. With
You're
the,
the
least,
most clout-
I'm the most cloud person with the least money, because I put a value on their happiness than money, because I don't really value money. I value people.
But how
instead.
does that make you feel when people like HS have got Lamborghinis, etc.?
Yeah, but he's hated. So I'm loved. He's hated. I'm way richer than he'll ever be. So.
But then
yeah.
he may turn around and say, well, he can't be hated because he's got a fan base, because people are kind of watching his videos.
Not many. Compared to me, he hasn't got many. If I ever ask anyone, do you like HS? They laugh and say...
But then how is someone
hate
like him earning his money then?
He trades.
Right.
And he has loads of businesses. And he
Right.
steals my money from the song as well. So he may be rich, but he isn't rich with the public, and he's still on the run. So his life is practically ruined. I'm loved. I'm not a fugitive. And I'm happy, you know.
Okay.
It's the love and respect I get on the street that's worth more to me than anything else. And HS, no matter how much money he earns, will never ever get that because of the stuff he's done to me and the stuff he's done to the public. Because I swear he had a crypto coin that he scammed the public on, and he got a lot of money from it.
I don't know.
I swear he did that.
Okay, let's talk about this car crash then. We got to in it. Yeah. So what happens then? He gets a new car. He calls you.
That's not his car.
Okay.
It's Adam's car, which, yeah, is
So,
a bit of a joke. And it's
So
just-
I've got to be honest here. I'm gonna say this. Adam meant to come here twice.
Really?
The first time he cancelled. The second time he just didn't show up and hasn't answered my calls, which is disrespectful. Because if you're not gonna come, Adam, just say I can't come. Don't make me call the cameraman. Have it all set up, and then you don't show, telling me in the daytime that you're gonna come. I have to say that.
To
'cause
be
it's
fair,
rude.
the thing with Adam and HS was
No, but that's fine.
they
but-
had an agreement with
Okay.
something. I'm not at liberty
But
to say what that agreement
but
is.
just from my point of view, he
he's
wanted
been
to come
unreliable.
here.
Right. Yeah.
He wanted to come here,
Yeah.
and then he didn't show up. So come on, man.
It's
That's not right.
because he
No, but
made up with HS.
fine.
That's
Ring
why.
me then, or whatever it is.
No, I do think it's irresponsible of what he did.
But
yeah.
anyway, okay. So the car's not his then. The car's not
No, it's Adam's.
right. So HS borrows it from him, rents it. What is it?
I don't know the details.
Okay, so he gets a McLaren,
Yeah.
calls you and says, "I've got a McLaren."
We were supposed to do the rest of the music video,
Right.
and Lily Phillips
Yeah.
was going to come and do the rest.
Right.
So
This is before the 100
yeah,
men
so we
and
were
1,000.
driving back to the house,
Right.
and obviously, if you go on my socials, you'll see the evidence. I
Right.
don't need to, it's the evidence to say it's got millions of views. Everyone knows who was driving, and technically, this is what pisses me off. Technically, it was the other driver's fault because they did a manoeuvre where they blocked the 2 lanes of traffic
Right.
for no fucking reason, and we crashed into them.
Right.
So why would they do that manoeuvre in front of us?
Right. So it was the other person's fault.
Well,
from
but
your-
the police blamed HS.
Right. Why, speeding or...
Yeah.
Okay.
But the problem is, even HS said this. He said, if those people in front of us didn't do that illegal manoeuvre and block the 2 lanes, would I have crashed? And I was like,
Okay.
that's a good point, because if you're speeding, there is a high chance you'll crash. But if they didn't do that for whatever reason, I think it was an old person. They should not have been on the road or licence. Maybe we might not have crashed. I don't know. But the people in front of us shouldn't have done that. And that's probably the main reason why we crashed.
Was he speeding? You
To be fair, I can't actually remember. I can't remember because it was such a long time ago. And I was looking at the car in front of us.
Sure.
Because the car in front of us should have been prosecuted for what they did, because they provocated what happened to us.
What did they do? Slam their brakes on and just block the lane?
Well,
Could you just describe it? Okay, look, this is your car. This is your car. This is the car in front.
Yeah.
What does it do? It just stops or it cuts across?
it goes like this. It stops and then turns that way.
Right, it
So
stops
you've got
and
the 2
cuts
cars.
across.
No, it doesn't cut across. It's in front of us.
Yeah.
And then it stops and turns that way, and it just stays there.
Right.
That blocks the 2 lanes, and everyone on the road is scratching their heads. So, regardless if we crashed, anyone else that were in front of us or coming the other way would have crashed into them, because.
Do you know why that car did that? Is it on purpose? Did they have a fault in their car? Any idea, or you just don't know?
No, but I've never on all the police camera action, I've never seen a car ever do that.
So it could have been done on purpose.
Why would someone risk their lives?
Hey, okay, fair enough. I don't know.
I would say it's horrible what happened, because if I didn't have my seatbelt on, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
I'd be dead.
Right.
I would be, wouldn't I? Because the seatbelt saved my life, but it broke my ribs, and I can't ever have that mobility back again. Because if I turn that way, I would just be in immense amounts of pain.
How many ribs you break?
About 2 or 3.
Okay, cool.
But it's affecting my mobility for life, so I never have that mobility again. It's terrible.
So the car crash happens, but then there's like a video of him filming you on the floor. Is that right?
No, that's someone else.
Oh, that's someone else.
Yeah, that's a passerby. So, but he obviously does a runner, flees the country, and then mocks me in another country, and then privately.
Right, hold on. I thought it was you on the floor. Who is that on the floor?
That's me.
That is you on the floor.
Yeah, of course it is.
So
I've
then,
broken my wrist.
so then, why are you saying it's a passerby?
What?
Hold on.
It's a passerby filming me.
Oh, sorry. Right. I've got that wrong. So a passerby films you on the floor. Why does he do that? Is he not meant to help you? Like, or is he just because he realizes it's
there's an off-duty nurse that helps me. And I obviously filming myself, and I post that, and people have seen that video just after the crash.
Okay, so why did you film yourself?
Because I needed people to know, like, this is real. This has actually happened to me.
Right.
And I wanted everyone to know that I've got through it. Yeah, I'm in a bad way, but at least I'm still there. So when I was able to post it, it showed people like it, because there were a lot of people that thought it was fake. That type of thing you cannot fake.
Right.
And that's not the type of thing to fake, because it's disgusting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People died from that shit. So, I just wanted people to know that it's not something to take lightly.
What would you say to people that say you used that opportunity for clout to go online?
I broke ribs. It almost killed me.
Yeah, but you didn't need to
film
it.
I didn't. No, I filmed it to show people, like, this is real.
Right, okay.
And for my own thing to look back on as well, because I needed to see how bad of a way I was in, and to show HS, like, you shouldn't have run off. That's the
filming
one thing.
And posting it though, isn't it? They're different things. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I needed to post, because I'm not going to allow HS to mock me in another fucking country while I'm sat here with broken ribs in ICU.
Okay.
And he ran off to Dubai as soon as he could and mocked me. Put it in the fucking music video.
Okay, so So basically, you're in hospital.
Yeah.
HS flies and leaves the country.
Yeah.
He doesn't come and see you in hospital. Nothing. There's
He
no.
ran off just as the crash happened,
Right.
and he tried to obviously say sorry privately, and I was like, "Fuck off!"
Right,
Just-
so-
you don't do that. You don't do that if you care about someone.
So he flies abroad and then does a video and kind of mocks you.
And he still mocks me to this day about it,
Right. So
even though
what was that feeling like when you're in hospital and you see online that? now-
I didn't see it there because I had no phone.
Right, but when
When I
then
saw
see
it, obviously I was fucking angry as fuck.
Yeah,
He had no
because-
right to, because he was completely in the wrong.
But he's your friend. He's
not. He's never.
No, but he's meant to be your friend at this moment.
Nah.
No.
I mean, maybe.
Right.
The first time we met, I considered him a friend.
Right.
But when I got to know him and what he's done to me over the course of the 2 years, and what he's done, how he's tried to set me up, how he's stolen my money, how he's disrespected me,
Yeah.
I would say I don't hate him, but he certainly has not earned the right to be called my friend either. So I would say I'm in the middle. So I don't hate him, but I don't like him either. Do you know what I mean? I'm like neutral on it, but he's got a lot of making up to do if he wants to make any of that shit right. Do you know what I mean?
Some would say from a marketing point of view, it's genius. The crash happened. It's viral. He's got a song to promote. He may as well use that footage. It's out there anyway. What would you say to that? It's a golden opportunity.
It almost killed us, and it almost killed other people.
Yeah.
So if I had my way, I was lucky I didn't actually catch it on cam because my phone died. If I was able to catch it on cam, I would have shown the actual car crash, but the police would have taken that footage.
Right.
But the point is it risked my life. I
Right.
could have died. So it's got fuck all to do with clout. I didn't give a fuck about numbers or clout. It's about the crash and showing everyone, like, this happened. It still affected me to this day. And it just showed HS's true character. Because when before the crash and before he'd done a runner, hit and run or whatever, the public liked him. But after what he did, the public can't really forgive him, because that is a bit unforgivable about
Right.
leaving me with broken ribs at the side of the road. He could have just stayed and made sure I was all right. But he fucked himself up, because the hit and run is what he's pretty much wanted for now.
Yeah.
So if he stayed and just explained himself, it would have been fine. But the fact he did,
Yeah. Has
did do that.
he kind of made it a million times worse?
Yeah,
Because
pretty much. So
Because
he literally can't come back to this country, and he's not going to, because the judge has issued a warrant out for his arrest. And those warrants don't just disappear. It's now there for life.
Do you think he's made it so much worse? Because he could just literally come back and sort it out. Do you think he should do that?
He's not going to.
No, but
because
do you think he should though?
he should, if he wants to redeem himself
Yeah.
and make up for what he's done and earn some of the public's trust and respect, come back to the UK and face justice. He's not going to, though,
because
he will refuse to be arrested and put in a cell. He will.
But the charge would be driving without due care and attention. Maybe I don't think it's a jailable.
No, they'll put him into custody, which means they will put him into a police cell. They're not just going to question him.
But yeah,
Because an arrest means you
but
will
they
be
won't
put into
remand
custody.
him. I don't think they'll remand him.
I don't
Right.
know, but
he's made it worse.
He's been a fugitive now for so long. They're going to make an example of him.
Oh yeah, and they say that we.
The
won't
longer
give you bail.
he's not facing justice, the longer they're going to be like, right, we're going to put you in jail for this amount of time. Fuck you. They need to make an example. So he's literally fucking himself in the arse. He needs to just. I swear his lawyer is negotiating with them. But whatever happens, he needs to make it right.
You said he's got a lot of work to do to make it right with you. Is there an avenue to actually make it right with you?
He's never going to pay me a penny, regardless if he ever admits to it or not. He'll never pay me a penny. He never has. He never will. And he gives me false promises, false agreements, and he just never will. He doesn't respect me.
So how much do you think you're owed if you had to total it up?
$250,000.
$250,000?
100K to $250,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so. Based on everything, yeah, I would say that, yeah. And people may laugh, they may go, ugh, but you have not been in my position. You have not lived what I've lived. You've not seen what I've done for this guy, what I've earned him, and all the money stolen from me over the years. I've seen him buy a fucking a new property in Dubai in my face. that's offensive.
Right.
Some of that money was my fucking money that he spent
Right.
getting that Dubai house. So, you know, when people say, "Oh, he's nice," he fucking ain't. So
So,
I've got to put it in perspective.
but then some people will say, then if you're not cool with him, why do you keep meeting him? Because
I don't keep
you
meeting
just
him.
met him recently
no,
with the homeless guy and all of that. So
No,
which is years after.
he promised me like 100k per month from collabing with a certain model,
Right.
and I was running up with her. I did one live, I did one video, and it went obviously viral. And then that was for like an hour, and then after that, I don't know. She just was not wanting to work, or he was not allowing it for us to work again. So I don't care what they say. You cannot sleep in the same room, in the same bed, and not be together. Absolute bollocks. They're together.
Who's together?
Lillie May and HS, they're together, and they lied to me about it. They said, we're not together, we're friends. Absolute bollocks. If you're going to lie to me, don't treat me like a mug. I fucking know they're together. Like, she was sitting next to me, and then as soon as he comes, he puts his arm around her, and I'm like, and he gives me this look, and I'm like, it's like a dog marking its territory. And I was like, he's definitely with her. And the way they interact, and she tries to make out she's not with him, but it's just lies. And if I try and work with her, he is always around, regardless if I'm trying to run out of her or not. And that's just weird, because if he wasn't with her, he wouldn't give a fuck. And that's the simple facts. If he's with her, he's going to be always watching, always in the background.
So you're saying he's called you to help blow her up, kind of thing?
Yeah, which I did, but it wasn't enough. It was a waste of my time. I had to find my own models that I've been talking to run it up with. So it was like a waste of time me going over there. If I want to work, he's not like in work mode. He's doing too many things with other people. Let's be real, it's a complete waste of time, because he knows I've already got the clout and I'm guaranteed to run it up. All these other people, waste of time, complete waste of time.
So why don't you say in future payment first? As soon as the money
I've
hits
tried
my
to do
account,
that, but
then I'll leave my house.
there's people in my life where they're like, oh, you do this, da, 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 da. So I do it, and then I just get mugged off. So,
But some will say the first time is shame on them, the second time is shame on you, because you didn't actually change your whole...
he'll never give me a penny.
So then-
He'll never give me a penny. So I've said to these people, like, it's just the same. Nothing has changed in the last 2 years for me to actually, warrant doing what I'm doing. Yeah, HS, you may want to work with me again. I get it. But what value are you bringing to me? What are you giving me? I'm giving you all the time, but what are you giving me? Fuck all. Just stress and bullshit.
So you're saying you'll never do a video with HS again? See,
I'm-
look, you're
I'm-
hesitating. Which to me, do you get what I'm saying, General?
Yeah. But
I'm like, hold
the
on.
thing is, I'm a human being. I can't stop caring about someone.
Yeah, but you have to draw the line somewhere, because you're saying all these things.
I am.
And you're not getting no...
but he hasn't paid me any money. He needs to pay me at least some money. Like, let's say he pays me 5k. That's going to help change my life. And 5k to him, he wipes his ass with 5k. He spends 5k in 5 minutes.
Right.
I saw him spend 20k on a fucking roulette wheel, for fuck's sake. So 5k is nothing. So if he sent me 5k, I'd happily fucking even move to fucking Ireland and work with him.
So are you currently broke? Sorry
I'm
to
not
ask.
having the greatest time with money right now, no.
Right.
So, money would be helpful to help change my life and pay off other bills, yeah.
Is that kind of hard for you, being famous?
used to it.
Famous, but then you don't have that
Yeah,
lifestyle.
but I'm used to not having money. I've been like that all my life. So not having money, it's just whatever. When I had money, I spent it because I had the money. So
What did you spend it on? What things
I got
gets
the best
the general going?
I got the best laptop in the world, which was
Right.
like 5k, which
Right.
was quite nice.
Right. What was it? A Mac or PC? Gaming one.
No, it's a gaming one. So it had the best
Pure RAM.
It had the best graphics card. It had a 4080
Okay.
Titan,
Right.
which is
Are
worth
you
a
a
grand
gamer?
in itself. Yeah.
What's the best games out there for people?
I would say Forza Horizon.
What's that, the car
I
game?
love that. That's a brilliant game.
What
yeah.
else?
I would say that Assassin's Creed Shadows that's coming out.
I've
Get
never
that
played
game.
Assassin's Creed, you know. I need to get on that.
Yeah,
what
that's
else?
sick. What's it? Red Dead Redemption
Bad.
games. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the classics, but what I would say is only play them for relaxation. Don't play them every day and just waste time on them. Only play them if you're stressed out because it actually does help you relax a bit.
Are we going to see a new General G and HS video before GTA 6?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think he needs to donate money to me, to be honest.
FYI, you haven't mentioned Last of Us. You haven't mentioned God of War. Come on, man. Come on, bro. These are classics, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but to be fair, you've got to spend proper time into that.
Days
You've got to
Gone.
invest.
Days Gone is bad, boy. Have you played that?
Yeah, but they need sequels, and they haven't got sequels.
They
yet.
need a sequel, innit?
Yeah, but they're not doing it yet.
Very
so-
true. Go on, do that, and then. Dad.
I'm so waved.
Huh?
I'm fucking waved.
You what? Right, quick one. Let's talk about the females now that enter in this space because you're collabing with so many people. Okay, Lily Phillips is playing in the background. You've known Lily before, I would say, her kind of increment of like going global. How did you meet Lily?
I met Lily through HS.
Right.
She actually, I was in a Nando's and she just turned up out of the blue and I was like, what the fuck? Because I'd seen her for a while and, you know, I did actually have a crush on her and she was amazing in person and she was like, oh, we should do a scene. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like bamboozled.
Right.
But she actually said to HS, I want to meet this guy. I want to work with him.
Right.
So she made that happen.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, it's been history.
When you say work together, what does that mean?
Just run it up essentially.
What
But
does
I
that?
oversee-
No. What does run it up mean? Are you
Run it up means
are you
take
doing-
over the net, get millions of views per video.
Are you doing sexual things with her, or is it just that? Just
Run it up. I run it up with loads of models. I don't necessarily.
It's
If the cameras are off,
provocative.
if I turn off the cameras and I fuck them, that's between me and them. I don't air it out to the internet.
Right.
But what I would say is she is a consummate professional.
did that happen with Lily? General.
No, I'm not saying
What?
yes or no.
Why
I'm
not?
saying no comment. But what I would say is
General-
she's a consummate professional and she knows exactly what to do on camera.
Right.
Which I highly respect. There's not many people I've worked with that know exactly what
So
to do
what
on
are you
camera.
doing with her on camera? Because it would presume that you're doing sexual things with her. Then is that not the case?
I mean, I will do stuff with her. I will, definitely. That will happen regardless.
But I'm saying, what are you doing on camera with her then? Like to run it up? What does that mean?
It's all on my socials. It's like I was getting 5 million viewed vids on Instagram with her, and
Right.
then I was getting like 2-3 million viewed vids with her on TikTok, and that's all the time.
Right.
So we did a dinner date. We did the Premier Inn one.
What's
People
up-
made it was so good. People memed it. People made meme videos of it.
Right.
So it was great. Like I was Henry the 7th or whatever, and she was
Henry
one of my wives.
Right.
Shit, funny shit like that. Yeah.
So it's like viral content. It's not sexual. It's provocative,
No,
but it's not.
it is sexual because it's based on.
But it's not
the
actual.
python
It's not
and-
actual. Okay.
Well, you know, if me and her were planning to do a sex tape, we actually were, but we never got round to it because I don't know. Like HS wanted us to do it in the Middle East, and I was like, "Fuck off."
Do what? Sorry. In
a
a
sex
lift?
tape. A
Okay.
sex tape in the Middle East. I was like, no, I'll get put in prison for life. Are you fucking dumb?
Right.
Like, you don't do that in Middle Eastern countries, do you?
Right. So this is all HS that's running this, saying
No,
But-
he
because you're saying HS is saying this.
he
What-
wanted
what's
us
his
to do
role?
a sex tape, but so did she. He introduced us, and ever since then we just collabed with each other,
Right.
and then we had a big falling out. I think 6 months ago.
Why?
And then it was over work, but I was just.
What happened?
I said stuff to her on
did you say?
WhatsApp that I shouldn't have said.
What did you say?
I was just being horrible to her.
Right.
But I did. It was
Why?
only because I felt like she was Like I said to her, don't do certain things because it will ruin your rep.
Don't do
And-
what?
Fuck a bunch of nobodies, which she actually did.
Right.
And I said, you do that, the public will hate you. And she did it, and the public hated her. But she did that after we fell out.
Right.
So,
Right.
but I swear she still has the diamond ring. So,
So-
there still is hope.
So she sat here and said that you proposed to her.
Yeah.
Was that real? Or was it for entertainment? Or was this
What,
Emmerdale?
did she think it was real?
I don't think she did. I can't remember. Don't quote me. I don't think she thinks the diamond is real.
The
Because-
diamond is real. She can get it tested, and it's proven to be real. It may be a percentage of a diamond, but it's a real diamond.
Okay,
It is.
'cause
Because
I
I got
think
it from a proper jeweler's. I said to her, test it. It'll be proven to be a real diamond.
Okay, so why did you propose to her? Is this Emmerdale Farm at its finest?
No, I do care about her. Of course I do.
Okay,
You know, I haven't stopped caring about her.
but you'd give someone a diamond ring if you loved them. Do you love Lily Phillips?
I haven't seen her for a long time.
Did you,
so
okay, did you love Lily Phillips?
I don't love anything really.
But you gave her a diamond ring then?
I gave her a diamond ring
Because you love...
not really.
So explain that. Is that just clout then? Is that just
not
internet
really?
viral?
It's difficult
Are
to
you just trying to
explain
run it up?
why I proposed because I was technically proposing, but I wasn't. It was like the proposal with Grace. It was real, but it wasn't. So it's like 50 real, 50% not real.
So then why do it then, people will say?
Because it means something to me, and it means
But it
something to
doesn't
them,
mean 100.
and
You-
it means
listen.
yeah, but it means something to the public as well because they enjoy the experience with me.
Yeah,
Do
but
you get me?
yeah, but you could be in essence playing with people's feelings.
Not playing with people's
because
feelings.
it's the 100%. When you love someone, you get down on one knee, you marry them. You don't think of the
Well,
internet.
you've
caring
seen what those people have done to me.
Yeah.
So of course I wasn't going to fully give myself to them because
Right.
I have to protect myself.
Sure.
You know, privately.
Do you regret saying those bad things to Lily?
I do. Yeah.
Is there something you'd like to say to Lily? Here's your opportunity if you want
Yeah.
to. If you want
I
to
would
be,
say, Lily, I regret what I said to you. I said it out of anger, and I should have given you the space you needed. I was pushing her too much. So
pushing her for what? Sorry.
to like do it my way, not her way.
Right, but
so I think that's what made
Can
her.
you respect that you don't control her and she can
That's
do it?
what I
her way?
mean. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I was a bit. I didn't realise I was being controlling, but I now know, looking back,
Right.
I was overbearing.
Yep.
And just not giving her advice and being too barky at her. So if she gives me another chance, or we ever do make up, I'm not going to make the same mistake again.
Right.
Because I'm not the type of person. I learn from my mistakes. So I think there is a chance that we could work together, and she was genuinely happy working with me. Like the videos I've seen of her, she doesn't look happy.
Right.
So that worries me because I do want the best for her and have her best interests at heart, and I just want her to be happy. So if we do get to work together again and we have a good time doing it, that's all that matters. So
you're sorry, basically. And
I
you-
don't apologise to anyone.
Why?
But
But
I just
listen,
don't.
there's nothing wrong with being a man and saying I did those wrong things, therefore I'm sorry.
Yeah, but to be fair, it wasn't just my
Listen,
thing that I fell out with her. It was
But
what
you
she
have
said as well.
you said some bad things to her on the WhatsApp.
She said she did say
But-
something to provoke me as well.
What? Do you want to elaborate or not?
She just said, "Why do I have to whatever?" Like
Okay,
she made out like I didn't
This
do
is a
anything.
golden opportunity, General, as a man to show the world men can get it wrong, men can own it, and men can therefore apologise when they're
Yeah,
wrong.
but what's the point when she may never talk to
She
me
may
again,
never,
or-
but it's down to you as a man to
That's-
say,
that's the
do you
point.
know what, I've done what I've done, and therefore I'm sorry.
To be fair, like there's no point making an effort if she's not going to give me the time of day again.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
I don't think
but-
she will.
Okay, so you don't want to apologise. I'm just
It's,
asking.
it's not
it's
that.
up to
If she
you.
gives me the time of day in private, I may. It's possible. No, I think I already have actually, and she still kept me blocked. Still blocked me. So she doesn't forgive me. It's that it hurt her that much. She still hasn't forgiven me, even after 6 months.
Right.
So
Have you got a soft spot for Lily Phillips?
yeah, obviously.
Uh-huh. Hold on.
She was the first. Well, Alexis Reed was the first model that I ran it up with. Obviously,
Right.
I haven't worked with her since Thailand
Right.
years ago. Lily Phillips was the most successful.
Yeah.
Well, one of the most successful that I've had, but I connected with Lily a lot more than I did most models.
And then when you see Lily now talking about 100 men, 1,000 men, how does that make you feel?
Just disappointed.
Yeah.
Disappointed because she's much better than that. She doesn't need to waste her time with people with no value. They're not going to offer her anything other than more money.
When you say value, she is making a shit ton of money.
That's what I mean. She's just making money, but she shouldn't be wasting her time with nobodies, because at the end of the day, the way she broke down after that interview, it did make me think like there's no one that have her best interests at heart. So
Right.
she might. I think she should stop focusing on the OF and start focusing on other things. Like, I think she's the best actress I've ever worked with.
Right.
The best actress.
And then when you see her doing videos in kind of old folks' homes and OAPs and stuff like that,
It's just beneath her. She doesn't need to do any of that. I get it. She's doing rage bait content, but she can just do the entertainment thing that she did with me and get triple the views, triple the money. It's like, it's so much easier to solve and work at it better and get the public's respect than do what she's doing now, because she's not. All she's doing is getting hate from the public. She's not getting any respect or love from it.
do you think there'll be a psychological issue later down the line for her?
I do think when she looks back, she might regret some of the stuff she's done. She's already said she's not gonna regret anything because she hasn't had the kids yet.
Yeah.
But what I would say is everything stays online for good.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of it. It's always going to be there. So
Yeah.
regardless if she has kids or not, you can never get rid of stuff that's on the internet.
And then when she's doing the kind of pregnancy rumors and stuff like that,
That's definitely not real.
yeah, no, it's not real. But do you think it's too far? She shouldn't be doing things like that.
No, she's just doing rage bait content. If she stops the rage bait and
But
just
I think-
funny content with me, I think she'll get a lot more love than
But
hate.
I think she's found a formula with this rage bait. Do you know what I'm saying?
Rage bait is not a career to go down. Beavo went down the rage bait way and he gets so much hate.
Right.
And rage bait is good for one-off, like 1 or 2 videos.
Yeah.
But if you constantly do it, the public, regardless of how well you're loved or respected, the public will hate you because they know what you're doing and
Yeah.
they don't appreciate that.
And then talking about Beavo, he's been on the show. Sophia's been on the show. He's just dropped a new tune dissing HS. Have you seen it? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think he was rapping straight facts. Everything in that song was straight on the money. Like he gets a lot of respect from me for those lyrics. Like whoever wrote those lyrics is a genius because they're just speaking straight facts. So I do like that a lot. I think long term, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he will get a lot of the public's respect back. Potentially, I could collab with them both eventually. I'm still working out who I want to collab
When you
with.
say collab, because we've had so many OF people here, collab means sleeping with them. Right, so let's just clarify, because
Collab means run it up on socials.
Yeah,
I never do
content.
spicy stuff. No.
Okay.
That's beneath me.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure, because I've seen Beavo, he's got his own OnlyFans page now.
Yeah. Most people do. That's normal.
I've seen him on pictures with guys in a bed. I don't know what's going on.
No. That's just rage bait, though.
I don't want to know. Do you think that's too far as well?
No, he's just rage baiting the public.
Yeah, but do you think there's a line for rage bait? Because that is like, do you think that's drawing the line? Do you think it's all fair in the game of content creation?
I think you can't overuse rage bait, because the more you use it, the more the public will dislike you. The more they'll see he's just rage baiting now. He's not being entertaining. Screw this, and then you'll lose a lot of fans because of that.
Do you think people could get into rage bait out of desperation that things aren't going their way?
No, because Bonnie Blue does a lot of rage bait.
Right.
And she's doing quite well from it. So
Right.
There's a few examples, but she's banned from a few countries, so I don't know if it's
Right, so
going to work long term.
So thoughts on Bonnie then? Have you met Bonnie?
Not yet.
Okay.
But she's a possible collab that I'm going to work with, because I do think me and her working together would do bits.
Okay, have you tried to reach out to Bonnie? I'm actually speaking to Bonnie.
Yeah, no, her management team are against me. So
What do you mean against you?
they just don't.
Why?
I don't know.
Huh?
Probably one of them, because they're a bunch of nobodies. One of them has had a ting, and that ting fancies me.
One of them had what? It's got to go right.
It's got a girlfriend, and that girlfriend fancies me.
Right.
Now, that's probably why they dislike me.
Right.
I'm just an entertainer. That's my job.
Right.
So, but if Bonnie wants to work with me, she'll work with me. Don't let your management tell you what to do. They're there to work with you, not tell you what to do.
Yeah.
So if you want to work with me, just work with me. Make it happen.
Right.
Don't fucking... If they try and go against you for whatever reason, fire their ass. They work for you, Bonnie, not
And
the other
then-
way around.
I'm only going to pull up names that have been here. What about Elle Brooke?
She's all right, but she literally hasn't acknowledged me and what I've done for the country. So I'm not really...
For the country, salute
Yeah.
the general dope.
But she, I find her a bit jarring because she could have at least paid homage and respect to me, but she hasn't. So,
So do you feel like people have to give you that homage and respect?
well, after what I've done in a short amount of time, which hasn't really
Okay, so
been done before on the UK scene, and she hasn't even mentioned me.
So-
yeah, I do feel a bit disrespected by Elle Brooke. But at the end of the day, I've never met her and never spoken to her, and her management team are just dickheads.
so
A lot of management teams get in the way of me working with these models.
why is that? Are they
Because
just
they're
hating?
men. They're fucking ugly old men that
Right.
can't stand the fact that if I do work with them, I will probably take those things off them and they won't get to see them again because I'll change their lives for the better.
But then-
I'll make them so fucking rich they won't need those dickheads because those
but-
toxic dickheads are ruining them.
Some would say they're rich anyway. All of
These
These
old
girls
fat
are
guys.
millionaires.
No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about these people trying to keep them from
Right.
working with me.
Right.
I would say if these teens want to work with me, work with me.
Right.
I think they're listening to a bunch of nobodies that are affecting them, and that's what I keep saying to all these models: is if you listen to nobodies, you're going to be at the bottom. If you listen to me, you'll get to the top really quickly. So it's stupid, really.
In an ideal world, who are the top 3 collabs that the general would like to work with? Let's put it out there to the world.
Well, I would say Astrid Wett, just because I did get 10 million views with her in a few hours.
Right.
So
you got 10 million
guaranteed.
views on video. Doing what? Running it up.
Yeah, just that. It's whatever, isn't it?
Right.
It's really, really good. I was really chuffed with that.
Yeah.
I would say Bonnie Blue because she's so bait, and I would say
What do
Lily
you mean
Phillips because she's so bait as
right.
well. So imagine if I got the 3 of them in one collab. That'd be crazy.
Right.
That'd be mad.
So the general is putting the call out there. Astrid Wett, Bonnie Blue, and Lily Phillips in the same room.
I mean, they're all really bait. Like, I think Astrid is more loved than both of them put together. Do you know what I mean? She's doing.
Is it
pretty
because
well.
these girls are going down the route of 100 men, 1,000 men, and all that, and kind of
Astrid Wett doesn't do any
No,
of that?
that's what I mean. Is it because
Yeah.
Astrid's not kind of
No,
doing that?
she's just pure social media entertainer like me.
Right.
So and she hired the Python. She hired that herself. And the little McLaren, she did all that herself, and I was like, she's a fucking genius.
Right.
I don't know how she knew how to do all that, but she was.
Right.
She's the best person I've ever worked with. Yeah.
And then talking about, it's a bit weird, but this Python that you keep talking about.
I don't really discuss it with guys.
It's mad, yeah.
I
I'm
don't
not
because
trying
it's a
to
bit
discuss
zesty
It's-
if I'm
it's
talking
weird.
discuss it with guys. It's not.
It's mad.
Only the
I don't want
things get
to,
to. Yeah, that's
but
what
I'm
I
just
mean.
saying,
You do not want to.
just for the cameras and that, like you gas up the Python everywhere, bruv.
No, I don't. I don't have to. The Tings and the Trust Army do.
What do you mean the Trust Army?
They love the Python, man.
But do they see the Python then? I don't even want to.
No one sees Python.
So
Only
then the
Tings
Python
I
could just be
buck off.
a lie, like a myth. It could just be
Don't doubt the
mythological.
Don't doubt the
I ain't
Python.
even thinking about the Python, but I'm just saying.
Don't doubt the Python. The Python is a Python, and Lily Phillips can confirm that. Any ting that I've brucked off won't talk about
off!
it. Yeah,
Jesus!
they won't fucking mention it because they're they're shook for life because I've fucking destroyed them. You won't ever hear a ting complain. She won't talk about it because she's that much shook. that she's been destroyed.
Okay, I don't want to talk about Python.
Yeah.
Right, let's become.
But
okay.
I may, with the right model, release a sex tape in the future. Maybe.
Okay, who would that be? The ideal model.
It has to be Lily.
Oh, hey, you love Lily, innit? Come on.
I don't. I hate
General
her.
B, it's cool, man. Just tell her, Lily, I love you. You know.
No, after what she did, no. But with Bonnie, she's always known as the sluzzer. So with Bonnie, it's like normal, isn't it? So either one of them, I don't care.
Would you ever settle with these girls, knowing what
Are
they've
you
done?
mad? I would never wipe that up. Never.
No.
Just it's good for like getting the releasing the venom, but after that, I wouldn't wipe it up. No. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Release that venom, get that venom, but after that, I'm off. See you later. Do you know what I mean?
Moving mad.
Yeah.
Can we talk about because you had some law issues? Can we talk about it, or are we not allowed to?
Well, what I would say
because
I'm not.
You've got court cases on you or something?
No, I ain't got any court.
Right.
But what I would say is I'm not discussing the case. But what I would say is you can look at my record. And there's nothing on my record. I've never been charged with anything.
Right.
My record is clean. And that's all I have to say on the matter. My record is clean. If I was, before the haters say this and that and whatever, I'd be in fucking prison for life. So all these delusions and deluded people mouthing off saying I'm this and that, look at my record, there's nothing on there. So that speaks for itself. Do you know what I mean?
No, fair enough. I had to ask.
Yeah.
Can I touch upon your health in general? What's going on? You appear to have some health issues.
No, I get a lot of chest pain.
Okay,
and
why
that's
is
been
that?
going on for a long time.
Why is that?
Stress, mostly. But
Is it the stress of the game, stress of the online?
I'm always stressed. I've always been stressed before, and I've even more so. Like I've aged. In the last 2 years, I've aged more in the last 2 years than I have my whole life.
So is this all because of online stuff? So then some would say then come away from online stuff. Health is health first.
If you see that, yeah,
right.
That has only happened in the last 6 months.
Right.
So I've never had those issues underneath my eyes until recently. That's stress.
Right.
So I think is it psoriasis or skin issue
yeah,
from stress?
Right.
That's how bad I've been.
But if that's coming from online, then some would say, well, just don't go online then.
No, because I'm always going to be general. I'm not going to just let something stop me, regardless of.
But it's compromising your health. You're getting chest pains.
Yeah, but I think the responsibility of making millions happy is.
But what
is
about
a bigger
making
thing.
yourself happy, General?
You come to terms with that a long time ago.
Okay.
And I've accepted that. I may never be happy again, but if I keep doing good things for a lot of people, then good things will happen to me. You know, that's just the way it works.
What's been the happiest time of your life then?
When I spent some time with the love of my life, but I don't get to see it that much anymore.
Who is the love of your life?
I can't mention names.
Why
honestly,
not?
Because I've got stalkers.
What do you mean you got stalkers? What, you got girls?
I've actually got stalkers, yeah. Like
what,
people that...
What, female stalkers?
No, just tons of stalkers, which I do not rate, and they need medical help.
Okay.
You know what I mean, for that.
So how does that make you feel that you've got stalkers? Because that's not a healthy thing, is it?
No, there's a lot of obsessive people that will just post me whatever, but they need medical help. I don't take it personally, you know. They just have to get medical help. I just keep doing what I do, and nothing will ever affect me doing that. I just hope that the people in my private life will understand that and support me, whatever I do.
And then what about your mental health? How has it taken a toll being in this game, being scrutinised, always online, being that person, that general?
I don't read comments, so I don't care what they say. But
no, but
essentially,
I'm saying about your own mental health. How
I mean, I'm pretty much happy for the most part. You know, it's the trust army that keep me going. You know, if I don't post, then I'll have people on the street saying, "Oh, please post," because you know they're the only thing I watch. So I do try my best to keep them going and to keep them happy.
Yeah.
But at some point, I will retire. You know, there's only so much you can do with a certain amount of time. But
any idea when, or is that you can't see it yet?
There'll come a time where I just will feel like there's a full stop to it all.
Is this going online giving you your own self-worth and like validation?
No, it's not that. It's just like it's always best to leave at the top and leave them wanting more. That's what the best have always done.
Right.
And I don't want to keep doing it, and everyone gets tired of it. And then I may drop a bit. I would rather leave at the top and just leave it there.
Quitting whilst you're ahead is not the same as quitting.
I've been at the top for 2 years, so it's not going away. But I would say I'm unfit. I'm out of shape, and health-wise, if my health goes south really quickly, where I'm ending up in hospital for a week, then I may have to seriously consider retiring. And then I would do a video saying that.
But
and
could
then
you
people
not
would
get healthy
understand.
though? Like, do you know what I mean?
Um,
Could we not turn that keg into a 6-pack?
no.
Why not?
Just because I tried it before, and because of the mobility issues I have from the crash, I can't turn at all with my body.
Yeah.
I've still got the strength because I can lift 60 kg. That's pretty good.
Come on. Yeah.
But my mobility that's getting worse and worse. My breathing's getting worse, and my chest pain's getting worse. So I don't want to see a doctor just in case he admits me into hospital. So
you shouldn't bury your head in the sand, or should
I'm
you?
not burying my head in the sand.
Well,
I don't have time to waste in hospital for a week. I literally do not
Yeah,
have
but
the time.
if it's the greater good, surely that's something you should explore.
I just don't like doctor health checkups. I just don't trust them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might go into the walking centre and then see what they say, and then if they, every time I go into walking centre, they said just go to hospital. I've gone shut up. So I think I don't look after my health at all. I'm just focused on work all the time. But there will come a time where I won't have a choice but to get checked up on. So I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah. I noticed before you put on the glove, you have a wedding ring on. What's that about?
That is not a wedding ring.
Well, it's
Because that's the only finger it fits on.
right.
It doesn't fit on any other finger.
Alright,
That's white gold, 8 carat, and I bought it when I bought the love of my life an engagement ring, but I didn't actually propose to her. That engagement ring got stolen, by the way. But the point is it's not an engagement ring, but it's just a memento, and
Okay.
I like wearing it for bling, and it reminds me
All
of
right.
her.
I've got to
So,
ask
yeah.
you what I mean. Okay, so online you kind of see with a lot of women, like it seems to be
Yeah.
like women. Do you find these women are using you for your own clout?
No one uses me. I give them clout.
Yeah, but why
obviously.
do you give them clout then?
Because
Or, like, do you need that clout
It's
yourself?
entertaining. If I'm a general, I'm a commander of the Trust Army, millions of people, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to set an example. I'm showing them. This is me with a 10-10. I'm having a sick time. Do the same. All of you can get 10-10s. It's within you to get anyone you want.
Okay, how? How do you get a 10-10?
They just got to believe in themselves. If you don't believe in yourself, then you'll fail at everything. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything your heart desires, anything you can dream of. You can literally do anything. People will limit themselves. It's like their family will say, no, you can't do that. No, impossible. Ignore them. You know, in your head, it's yes, yes, yes. Too many people say no. Say yes to yourself constantly. Always believe in yourself. Because the only person that has to believe is yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you'll never get anywhere in life. And that's the one thing I've taught myself, is to believe in yourself. Doesn't matter what anyone says, doesn't matter what anyone thinks. It's you that can change your life yourself. No one else will change it for you.
And then where do you find these 10-10s from? How does it work? Are they just in your DMs?
Pretty much. And I've been speaking to them for a while, and then
So how
I
does the
essentially
general
will just link them and then just whatever, spend some time with them.
So how does the general choose which one's going to be the? You get me?
It depends really on how they're with me in private, you know, off camera in
But-
the DMs.
But you said it was very business-like.
Yeah,
so
but
private
it is.
different.
But
So
there's a difference between how they are with me in private and how they bounce off general. So it does depend. But I am speaking to a few models that I could potentially work with in the future. But a lot of the time, they've got to be reliable. If they're not reliable, if they say, oh, I'm going to turn up at this date and and they don't, I can't work with that model because she's just going to be flaky as fuck.
Right.
You need someone that's going to turn up at a certain date, at a certain time, and work professionally for a while.
But when you work with them, you're making content, right? Who's profiting from that content? Because they're going to get OnlyFans subs, right? That's what
I
they
get
want.
money from, potentially I earn money from TikTok as well.
Right.
And then potentially I will get a percentage from their OF.
Oh, so you have a deal
Potentially.
with them to pay you from
I mean, yeah,
that-
but a lot of time
So
the
how much
collab
cut?
will fall. Well, the
20%?
The industry standard is 20%, but
Right.
a lot of time,
So you manage
the
them.
collab will fall through because they will have a mental breakdown. So it doesn't last long enough to actually make it long term.
What do you mean by a mental breakdown? What happens?
Well,
they can't handle the pressure?
No, they can't handle the clout because in a year they'll get 10,000 views, if that. I get them a million views in a day. Their friends, their family, the attention, the spams they'll get, they just can't handle it. It overloads them, overwhelms them to the point where they just lose it. And they're screaming and shouting, and I'm like, okay, I'm leaving now.
Right.
I'm not here for that. And
Right.
I'm gone. I'm going home. So, that's not my job.
Would you ever like to settle down and have a family and to do all that stuff?
I mean, it's possible, but I don't know if it will happen because of general. I don't think it's possible because of a lot of women, regardless if they believe me or not, will just get jealous of anyone I work with because they think it's real. Even if I say it's for entertainment purposes only, they'll still get jealous.
Yeah.
Any woman in the world will still be jealous because they'll be like, oh, that women, you didn't it. It's like, well, it's not real. And they'll be like, but it is real because
Right.
you're kissing them, you're whatever. I'm like...
Yeah, but
So you can't make any woman trust you enough to actually catch genuine feelings.
But-
And if they do, then they get hurt.
go on, do that. But in an ideal world, is the thought of marriage and kids something for you, or is it not for the
I
general?
don't know about marriage, but maybe kids is a possibility just because I want to pass my legacy on. So if I don't have kids, then who am I going to pass it on to? No one. So
Right.
I potentially do want kids, but kids are really hard work, especially when they're young. So
Yeah,
I don't know about that. I'll have to think about it.
possibility.
It might be possible.
I do this thing on the show. It's quite cool. I think you'll like it, General. Where is it? 1 second. I think the General's gonna like this. I fucking hope so, because it's happening anyway. AI has written some questions for you. Yeah? These questions are from AI. We may have covered them already. So if we covered them, we just move on, right? You skyrocketed to fame through TikTok. Do you think you actually have talent, or are you just lucky?
There's nothing to do with that. It is talent, and it's the public fell in love with me. That's the difference between a lot of people. Is if the public doesn't fall in love with you, you're not going to get shit. The public has to fall in love with you to make it as well. That's a major part.
Can you pinpoint why they fell in love with you?
I don't know. I think it was just because of George. Maybe they just saw genuine me, and they just went, "Wow, this guy's so lovely."
Yeah.
And then it just went from there, and I am who I am today because of them. So
You're kind of very able to put George and General.
they are separate. They'll always be separate. They're not the same person. No.
They're not the same. So
never.
so what's the difference? And what is George like as opposed to General?
Then no one ever sees George.
Okay.
Ever. He's never on camera. He's always at home, just relaxing, chilling out.
Would you say they're the opposite? Is this
I would say that.
is
yeah.
this a Jekyll
I would
and Hyde
say
effect?
Pretty much. I mean, George is shy, reserved. General is the opposite. He's
Okay.
outgoing and will just do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick side note: your relationship with alcohol and stuff. What is it like?
I just drink for work. Like, it helps me focus a lot more.
Right.
If I don't drink, I can't really work. It doesn't help. I can't focus.
Is that a slippery slope to go down then?
No, because I don't drink off camera. If I'm gonna work, then I'll drink because being waved off helps me.
What, be that guy?
Well, no, I am that guy.
Come on.
When I'm waved,
Don't try and trick
but
me.
when I'm not waved, I'm like winging it, and winging it doesn't really work. It
Right.
doesn't get views. So.
Right. But then some would say that's like an unhealthy
No,
way
it's,
to
it's,
be.
it's everyone's done that in history.
Okay.
They take drugs
Yep.
or alcohol or whatever. They've got the vices to
Yeah.
go and be the person that the public want them to be. Michael Jackson, Prince, everyone.
Yeah.
And eventually that kills them.
Yeah.
But I don't do it. The difference between me and them is I don't do it off camera.
Right.
I only do it for on camera. That's
Right.
the difference.
And then kind of speaking on drugs, is that something that has been a part of your life? Or?
No, I just drink just to get a bit waved and relax more, and then I can work. That's it.
Fair enough. How much money do you really make from social media? Break it down for us. I think we've covered that.
Not enough. No.
Not enough.
Not enough.
What's one secret about your past that your followers would be shocked to know?
I've always had a pipe.
No Python talk here.
Yeah, trust.
Have you ever been paid to fake a controversy? If so, how much was the biggest payout? This is AI, by the way.
Payout?
Have you ever been paid to fake like something online?
No, I don't really fake shit. I'm always truthful.
But then you're kind of faking a relationship.
Not really,
with these
because
girls.
I do have relationships with them. It's just I don't make it long term. It's like short term for me because I know they're just there for the clout. They're not there to care about me. They're just there for the clout. So that's why I make it short term only, not long term.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What's the real reason behind your fallout with HS in Dubai? We've covered that, haven't we?
Yeah, the car crash.
Yeah. Do you think HS betrayed you, or was it just business?
A bit of both, probably.
Yeah. Would you ever expose HS if it meant millions of views?
Never. I don't give a fuck about the clout. I care about how people treat me. If someone treats me with respect, I'll treat them with respect. It's what you give, you get. If he disrespects me, I'll disrespect him. It's that simple. You know what I mean?
Side note, if he did go to court in the UK, would you go and against him, or would you just stay out of it?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't actually physically know because he still wants to work with me.
Yeah, but there is
So
that...
I'm guessing he still wants to help me, but he hasn't physically helped me yet. So until he helps me, then yeah. But if I actually go against him in court, then I'll never get his help, will I? So you know, it's a slippery slide. I don't want to fully go against him.
And then there is that element of being a grass going to court. Is
I've never grasped on him ever.
So
There are rumours of that, but I've never grasped on him. No.
but
I was questioned in hospital, but I didn't give a statement. No.
That is what I mean. If you go to court,
yeah. No, I wouldn't actually grasp on him. No, because
So you wouldn't go to court
He is, when it comes down to it, he is got my back on certain things, and he did help clear my name on certain things.
On what things?
I'm not going to discuss it, but the thing is when it come down to it, he did show his true colours, and he was there for me. So I do remember that. So I'm not actually going to go against him when it comes down to it. Like I might help speak in his favour.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Who do you think is more famous and influential, HSTikkyTokky or Andrew Tate?
obviously Andrew Tate, obviously.
Yeah?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Tate? Do you think he talks good stuff? Do you think?
I think, obviously, one of the major reasons I became who I am was because of him. I mentioned this on another podcast, you know. A lot of my mottos and, you know, dedication, determination was because I was watching him at the time.
Right.
And a lot of what he says makes sense, you
Right.
know. He obviously has been vindicated.
Yeah.
After multiple people have tried to go
Yeah.
against him and whatever, he's been vindicated.
Mm.
And the same with me, I've been vindicated. You become too powerful, people try and take you down. I think he has a lot of sense, a lot of wisdom, and he's helping men in this century to become better, to evolve,
Yeah.
to level up. And I rate that highly. Like, both the Tate brothers stand for a lot of good, positive, masculine energy, and
Yeah.
I support and rate that. But they're global stars. So, I mean, I'm sort of like European. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? I need to break America, to be fair.
How would you do that?
Go to America. Yeah, I haven't been to America yet, ever.
Okay.
So I'd love to go to America, yeah. That'd
Yeah.
be great.
And then who would you work with when you was there?
Just it's Speed, Mr. Beast, just all the big US
Yeah.
streamers, yeah. Kai Sinnott, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all sick. I rate them.
Drewski and them, man. There.
Yeah, I love all them. They're brilliant.
What's your opinion on the world right now? It seems to be a strange place to be.
Well, I'd say since Biden got put out of office and Trump has been put back on, there's a bit of stability, but with Keir Starmer, I would say, I think we need a different Prime Minister.
Yeah. Why is that then?
It's just the public don't trust him, they don't respect him, and they don't listen to him.
Yeah.
And he keeps revoking on what he's promised the public. And the thing with me is, if I tell the public something, you can take that to the fucking bank.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With him, you wouldn't put a fucking penny on it. So I do think someone else needs to take over leadership, and then that's going to help the UK evolve and level up.
If General G was the Prime Minister, what's the top 3 things he would change immediately? Or do?
I would make the healthcare system a million times better.
Yep.
I would make waiting times a lot less. Give all the people with mental health issues the support and funding they needed, because mental health, suicide is the worst in Europe, in our country.
Yeah.
So I would focus on that, and that's been underfunded and
So
not
that's
helped for since been alive. So that seriously needs help and attention. And I'm always an advocate for mental health. Recently I did a post addressing eating disorders, which went viral, obviously, and that needs more help and support. The other thing would be to help people with carers, which would be to fund carers for disabled people.
Right.
Because the carers aren't funded enough.
right.
And that's undernourished as well. So
Yeah.
I would fund the carers,
Right.
so a lot of disabled people
Yeah.
can get the care they need.
That's 2, healthcare and
Yeah.
carers. What's the third?
I would say the schools as well. The schools keep getting underfunded and keep closing down.
Right. Okay.
Like
So,
they're not
healthcare, carers, and education.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's your actual body count, and do you think social media fame made it easier to rack up the numbers?
Well, technically, I got a lot more attention, obviously, as general than I ever did before.
Yeah.
But you can't really wife those up. They're just groupies, so
Right.
that's different. But I wouldn't really put a number on it. I would just say
Could you give me a
you've got
ballpark?
to be careful with groupies, because they can easily turn into stalkers,
Right.
and you do not want new stalkers, because they're just affecting your private life too much.
Yeah.
Causing trouble where it's not needed.
So how do you kind of navigate that then?
Block them.
You block them.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just get to a point where I'm like, yeah, she's blocked, psycho.
So
blocked.
are you going to give me a body count number or not?
I never do that, never. But it's double digits.
Have you ever hooked up with a fan, and if so, what happened?
Oh yeah, I've fucked my fair groupies. Yeah, they're nice.
Man, that's
They're
nice.
very. They tend to call me daddy as well, which is nice.
Okay.
I rate that.
Well, we won't get into that. That's going somewhere else. Would you date a girl who wasn't an influencer, or do you only go for clout chasers? This is AI, you know.
No, I don't. I block any clout chasers.
Okay.
I don't have time for that. I just block people that I want to work with me.
Yeah.
Or just have an interest in running up. I'm technically focused on work.
Mm.
Anyone else that isn't, I'm sort of like blocking. So
What's the most savage thing you've ever done to a girl who tried to use you for clout?
I'm on top of it. I do a video addressing it.
Yeah.
One video only. And it gets enough views for everyone for it to circulate to show this is what actually happened. This is the truth.
Yeah.
Everyone knows. And that's it. It's dealt with then before she can even mouth off about me. And then everyone will go on her video and just say, you're talking shit, he invested in you and you mugged him off. Fuck off, you bitch. So, it's that easy. If you don't address something, then it's going to get worse and worse and worse until you address it. And you do not want it to get to that point, because it's going to hurt you in the end.
Yeah. Who's the fakest influencer you've ever met?
Ed Mathews.
Why?
Because he pretends to be a nice guy, and on socials he'll just call you names and trying to mug you off and abuse you.
He appears to be very.
He's not a nice guy. He's not a nice guy off camera or on camera. He's a fucking horrible guy. HS is fucking Michelangelo from the fucking Archangel compared to fucking Ed Mathews. Like, Ed Mathews is fucking disgusting. His behaviour needs checking.
He seems to come across very real though when he talks to people.
Not
very,
really.
Very tell you how it is. No?
You've seen what he said about me online.
No.
It's disgusting.
What did he
I'm
say?
not going to repeat what he
Okay.
fucking said about me, but
I don't know.
if he came face to face with me, I wouldn't hesitate but to fucking headbutt his fucking face off. Like, it's disgusting. I said to him, do not fucking try and mug me off again, because the moment you do, I humiliate you. And I posted that vid where he was mugging himself off, where he's eating junk food, dressed like a fucking nitty, looked like a nitty, and it went mad viral. Because everyone knew he's a fucking liar. He tries to lecture everyone. Lecture yourself, you fucking mug. Like, seriously. Do you know what I mean? Like, treat the people you love much better, and they'll treat you better. But I don't have any respect for him at all. You know, I have some respect for HS, but not for Ed Mathews, because I keep saying to him, you try and mug me off on the internet, I'm just going to mug you off. But there's a chance I'll work with HS again. There's not a fucking hell's chance I'll ever work with Ed again, because he's wasted his last chance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Who do you think has bought followers, engagement, or faked a lifestyle for clout online?
It's rumour, isn't it? There's
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
who do you
people
think?
that...
Is there any-
I don't know, because
Okay.
you can't prove it,
No,
can
that's
you?
fair enough.
That's the problem.
I
mean,
just thought if you thought someone, or someone's faked their lifestyle for clout or something, and you know. No.
I would say if they keep at it and they get consistent viral views, then fair play. But if someone has got like 2 million views and they're getting 1k views per vid, then that person is definitely paid for bots to give them that many followers.
Yeah, but sometimes a certain video just flies. I get that. Like they just
there's certain
does
people
mad.
on the net that's happened. They've got millions of followers and they won't get any views, and that's happened for last year.
followers, yeah, okay.
So they have paid for bots. You can tell when that's
fair
happened. Yeah.
What's your biggest regret in the social media game so far?
Working with certain people. Yeah.
What people?
Just some models. Yeah.
What models? Come on, man. Elaborate. The general's here.
I regret working with Grace.
Yeah.
For obviously.
Yeah.
Leash, Natasha.
And why is this?
Because they're just fucking wrong uns.
Right.
Absolute wrong uns.
Yeah.
They have serious medical, psychological issues which they need help for.
Right.
Go get that help and leave me the fuck alone, because you'll never ever see me or speak to me ever again. Ever. But in the history of my life, as long as I live, you'll never see me or speak to me ever again. End of. Those 3 people I'll never speak to or see again, ever.
Do you find, because I find when I interview OFs girls, there's trauma in their life. They've been on antidepressants. There's a type of trauma that exists in them. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you find that with these OF girls?
Oh yeah, you can tell when they're holding, like when they've been abused in the past, they're holding on to that. You can just tell, because like this, like Summer Fox Official, she's one of the few models that was bang on it and would just know what to do. Afterwards, she obviously
Well, I
freaked
don't know.
out, but while I was with her, she was straight up on it. She knew what she had to do and she did it, and I was really impressed. There's not many models that can do that, that know what to do and when to do it. So big love to her.
If TikTok shut down tomorrow, what would you do to stay relevant?
I don't need to. I've got Facebook and Instagram. I still get millions of views on those
If
two
social
platforms.
media shut down tomorrow, what would you do to stay relevant?
Well, people post about me all the time. So it doesn't matter, really. The people fucking... I'm always relevant. People post me on YouTube. They mention my fucking name. They do videos about me, and those videos always go viral, regardless if it's hate or not. They always go viral.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest YouTubers in the UK do videos about me all the time, and they go so viral, so they keep doing videos on me. I've seen that. Yeah.
Do that. Do you think you'll still be relevant in 5 years, or will you be another "Where Are They Now" case?
No, I'm always relevant. I can't get rid of it. Even if I had a year off, people still post about me.
Yeah.
They love me too much. It's about love. If you're hated, people won't post you. That's the thing. It's the people, the public, that keep you on top. If the public hate you, you're not relevant.
But then you're saying the public hate HS, but
He's
people
not relevant, though.
But people post about him all the time, no?
Not on TikTok, not really.
No?
On YouTube, not really. Instagram, obviously, yes. Instagram. I'm not sure about the other platforms, but Instagram, he's killing it on Instagram.
Right.
And YouTube, I think he's breaking through on YouTube. But TikTok, definitely not. I don't think so anyway.
Right. Would you ever start an OnlyFans?
I've already got an OnlyFans. I just don't have the time or energy.
But what do you do on that OnlyFans then? It's not explicit content, is it?
Not, I don't know. I haven't really put as much thought into it, to be fair.
Okay.
So it's whatever. But I if I do a sex tape, I'll just release it on there. Yeah.
Okay. What's the biggest bag you've ever fumbled and why?
What, money?
Yeah.
Well, the trust June. Yeah.
Is there like an opportunity that you wish you took but you didn't take it? Or is there a collab that you wish you did that you didn't take?
Well, if I could teach and run out with Lily, then yeah, I think that would have been really good. But obviously, we went our separate ways, and
Yeah. If you could cancel one influencer permanently, who would it be and why?
Jack Fitness. Yeah.
Who?
Jack. Exactly. He's a nobody.
No, I didn't hear it.
Jack Fitness.
Okay.
Is because
Why is that?
he's a liar and he's a vile scumbag stalker, and he's nobody. At the end of the day, he's hated by the public. He should delete his socials and stay off socials for good. All he brings is hate and lies to the internet, and people like that should not be on socials. So if you're watching this, delete your social, you scumbag, honestly.
What's the craziest DM you've ever received from a celebrity or influencer?
I get it all the time, but essentially just collab requests, really.
Yeah.
People wanting to work with me.
Have you ever had a DM from someone famous and be like, wow?
No, I get that all the time, but I don't really. They're sort of like just. It depends who I want to work with. I mean, the only person that I think would just be hilarious to work with would be Katie Price Jordan. That is so funny to work with her.
Okay.
And she does like me. I've seen her watch my live a few times and send me gift requests, gifts and stuff. But she's great. Yeah, I do rate Harvey as well. So potentially in the future, doing a collab with both of them would just do bits.
Yeah. That's a sick one. Have you ever been involved in a scandal that the public doesn't know about? Spill the beans. I don't think.
I already finished scandals within a day. 24 hours, I just end them.
What's the most illegal thing you've ever done and gotten away with?
Why'd I criminate
myself? That's a bit incriminating.
I'm not definitely not saying that. Allegedly, well, I don't have any enemies, do I?
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I'm going to say on that.
Have you ever been threatened or blackballed because of your social media presence?
Just like I said with the other one, I don't have enemies because they get.
And what about the hate online? Do you get a lot of it?
No, not really. I mean, people try and mouth off, but they're just keyboard warriors, It's like, if you consider 1% and the other 99% is love,
yeah,
that's it really, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, what's the wildest night out you've had that you regret or don't regret?
Just any gig that I ever did. Like, I was at a gig once, and I was in the VIP, obviously, and I was with two groupies, and they were 2 10-10s, and they were getting off with me, so I had a threesome snog, which was cool, man. I enjoyed that immensely. I remember it to this day. I was like, yeah, that was a dub.
What's the one influencer you thought was real but turned out to be a total snake?
A lot of the people in the business. I would say, if I listed them all, I'd be here for hours. It's pretty much 99% of the people on socials.
Yeah.
You can't trust any of them, no. Not
Right.
really. You literally have
But
to look
is-
after your own
But
interests.
is that not the name of the game though?
No, it's not.
It's not?
Because they choose to do that to people.
Right.
You have a choice to be kind or to be a cunt. I'm kind.
Right.
Because I'm a good person. I'm
Yeah.
not a cunt for the sake of it. If they're a cunt to me, I'll be a cunt back to them. Of course I will.
Mm.
But there's no reason to be a cunt to someone unprovoked. That's disgusting and vile. And those people need to have a good, hard look at themselves in the mirror
Mm.
and change into better people.
Would you expose one of your close friends for cheating if it meant 1 million views?
No.
Do you think influencer relationships are mostly real or just for clout?
I would say a bit of both.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people can't get enough of the couple shit on social media.
Yeah.
Like, they love that. So sometimes people get together just for that. But
Mm.
they will actually start caring about each other the longer you're together.
Yeah. What's one deal or partnership you regret turning down and why?
I don't know. I don't think I've pretty much worked with most people I wanted to work with.
Yeah.
The only other person that I'm gonna work with is Lana Wolf. I'm probably gonna work with her because I know the potential is gonna be immense.
Okay.
She's a Scottish porn star.
Right, okay. And last question, what's the biggest L you've taken in your career so far?
I don't take L's, he does. But what I would say is, my skill is turning L's into dubs,
Yeah.
and that's what I show the Trust Army. So you can do that. It's difficult, but you can do it. Yeah.
And then what does the future hold for you, sir?
I'm just going to continue to run it up with as many people as I can until I'm dead. So that's my life ambition, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. But I can only do it for so long because people forget I'm 42 and they're half my age.
Right.
So let's see how long I can keep doing it for. But I think I've got a few years left in me. So long as I can keep doing what I do, that's sick, innit? I'll have a sick time, and people around me will have a sick time. Do you know what I mean?
And then lastly, sir, are you happy?
So long as I have my Trust Army, I'm happy. You
Yeah.
know, the Trust Army, the fans, the soldiers, they're what it's all about. Without them, I have nothing, you know. Without fans, you're nothing. So, yeah, I have billions of views, but
How
it's
many
the
views
Trust
have you had
Army.
in total?
It's the Trust Army that have done that, not me.
How many views have you had in total?
I haven't calculated. But
Roughly.
it'll be in the last time I checked, this is just on TikTok, right? I had 1.5 billion views a year ago, just on TikTok, a year ago or 2 years ago. If you calculate how much that would be now, that would be like 4 billion on TikTok. And then Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, it's going to be at least 5 to 10 billion, I reckon, between that number. So it's ridiculous. I tend not to think about it because it
That's
it
mad.
fucks up my head a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the responsibility I've got, and you know, I always live up to that, and I love it. You know, I love what I do, and I fulfilled my dream. I've got such a huge responsibility. I can never forget about that responsibility, and I always remember them. And when I see them on the street, of course, I'm never gonna say no to them. And you know, that's the highlight of their life, is meeting me. I can see a lot of them are shaking, and I'm like,
It's
just-
shaking, giving
he's
the Michael
shaking.
Jackson effect.
It's like they're shaking. I'm just general, and it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like they've got a physical reaction to me, and it's like they're that nervous, and that means a lot to me. It's just funny because I don't think of myself as what they think, but the fact that they have that is just bad.
Actually, let me ask before we actually wrap up, who's the 3 best music artists of all time?
Obviously, Michael Jackson. Obviously.
Is that why you got the one glove?
No,
'Cause I'm
because
seeing that.
it had crystals and
Right,
everything.
yeah.
I had that on this hand,
Right.
just to be original, to add something to general, and then everyone started to do that. They started to copy me with a leather jacket. They started to copy me. Everything I do, they started to copy with the noise.
Trendsetter. Right, Michael
But-
Jackson, who else?
Tupac.
Yeah.
I love a lot of his songs.
Yeah.
Who else? I would say the third one is difficult.
Go on.
Maybe that's a good one. I don't know.
Come on, man.
Oh, hold on. What's it called? What's that fucking name? I forgot.
Come on, man.
Oh, maybe NWA. Yeah.
NW, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. And then 3 best films of all time.
Scarface.
Yeah.
Total Recall.
Total Recall, you know. Yeah. The first one.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what's the other one? I always stuck on the third one. The best film. Oh, fucking Star Wars Episode 3. Revenge of the Sith. yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. All right, cool. General G, I'd like to say thank you. I think it's been amazing. I think we've covered everything, don't you? I really want to say thank you for your time. You've come a long way to come to this show. Once again, I appreciate you picking this show. It means a lot to us, and I mean that. You come across as a lovely guy. Long may it continue, and I hope your health is in check, and I hope you keep your health in check, man, because it seems like you're paying the price for doing this for other people, and I hope you could put yourself first sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
I do think that if you're not doing something 100% and you're not putting everything at risk, you don't get the reward.
I hear
The bigger
that.
the risk, the bigger the reward, and that's why I keep putting 100% in what I do.
Yeah.
And obviously, I have long breaks. That's only to keep doing what I do
Yeah.
after a break. So, yeah, but I do love what I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. That's the thing. If you don't love what you do, change and do something that you love.
Facts.
Otherwise, what the fuck is the point? You can't be a slave to whatever. You've
Yeah.
got to be your own boss and answer to no one. And a lot of people don't do that, and they wonder why they're miserable.
Facts.
Love on that.
Love always. That's the general, man. Come on, salute. He smashed it. We out. Peace.